The reunion looks this season are giving David's bridal. Everyone's hair is concocted. It's true.
Yeah.
And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Gina actually looks the best. Welcome to Showmance, guys, the only show on YouTube doing deep dives on shady shows with no depth.
Shows as shady as Andy referring to this reunion, and I quote, equal parts solemn and revealing, like getting married in a white bikini. Like, the fuck, man? Jen's out here catching strays for what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Her face was like, we saw it land because she was like,
I'm not really getting married in a bikini. What were you going to say?
Who's the Asian lady?
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
I also made Courtney add shady to her intro because I can't think of anything else about shallow shows or dives as deep. I'm just, I threaten this all the time that I don't have any left. And then sometimes I'll go a couple weeks. I'm like, oh, those came. Nothing came today.
You're like a baseball player. Sometimes you're just hitting them out of the park, and then sometimes you're in a slump.
You're a little slump.
Maybe you should try not changing like your underwear. I would say socks, but you don't wear socks. Like, don't change your underwear for 8 shows in a row.
Listen, that would get you. Someone offered to buy Courtney's underwear.
Those are some 10 grand.
Yeah, now you've really earned your 10 grand.
Wait, is that why Harris said that comment?
Oh yeah, I didn't have it.
Where that came from?
What did he say? I didn't see it.
He has a friend that hawks her lady clothes in the parking lot, and she does pretty good for herself. Apparently,
$250 for socks, $1,000 for underwear.
Yeah.
So me saying 10 grand for my underoos is, you know.
Someone offered you 10 grand.
No, he said, I got to see if I can find it actually.
And then, but he ended it with, but I, like Courtney, am an elitist.
I see you.
Listen, if you need the money, there's no shame.
I don't know where it is, but I took a picture of it and I sent it to Shane. So
the shame is reserved for the buyer. All of it.
Yeah, I'm not. By the way, I didn't sell anything.
No, I mean, I think you should have. That's where
the real crime.
That's where your shame for me gets. Yeah.
I'm a little more upset that you didn't.
Apparently, everyone is.
It's good money.
For the show hosts who know, we're a YouTube show, and we're filming right after the reunion. What is tonight? Wednesday night?
Thursday, I believe it. They called today.
Oh, is it Thursday?
They call that, yeah.
Reunion just aired. This is going to be up when you wake up in the morning. 8 hours from now, you will get this recap on YouTube. We have it on other platforms when I get to it. So we'd love it if you just stuck with YouTube, and if you can't, it is on Spotify and Patreon and Apple Podcasts. Yeah, we just like it here at YouTube.
And YouTube likes us.
Yeah.
It doesn't get to those other platforms until we're done golfing.
Yeah.
And riding bikes.
And Nat's doing both of those things back
she's
to back.
Real busy with that stuff.
I just need you to know, I'm not going to say who this was, but I misspoke. But I guess apparently now things are for sale, so I guess I would sell my underwear too. Someone said, "Can I buy your," and I quote, "sweaty socks"?
Hold on.
I don't really have sweaty socks.
So you're getting offers for underwear and socks?
No, it wasn't underwear. It was just socks. But I'm saying, I guess if people are buying, if Harris's friend is selling their underwear in the parking lot of Pavilions, I don't know where they're selling it. Did you want to see it, Nat?
No, I believe you. But I feel like now, if you had any reservations, I think socks are a different ballgame. Like,
hold on, though. Are socks
what's
like a stepping stone garment?
Yes, of
like
course.
What's next?
Of course, that's your gateway garment.
Because I'm like, I'm not. I don't need. I mean, if I'm gonna ask, I'm skipping socks.
Yeah.
Like I'm going straight for the goods. Like
I think socks are a
weird.
gateway garment to get
it's
to
like
the underoos.
how you do.
Yeah.
Where'd you grow up?
Yeah.
What was your childhood like?
Sweaty socks. Give me your underwear.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
how about this weather?
Yeah, it's nice. Love it this time of year. You come here often? Can I buy your underwear?
Yeah.
All right. It makes sense when you put it that way.
Yeah. So anyway, moving on. Do we want to get into the episode, or do we want to just talk about someone wanting to buy my sweaty socks?
Listen, honestly, I think I would have personally more fun talking about sweaty socks and purchasing of garments, because being a TV guy, You get a 2-part reunion. You know when you get a 3-part reunion?
When it's a real banger like Summer House.
When you did your fucking job.
Yeah.
When you did your job so good, producer guys and girls, so good. You did so good that the Alexes of the world are like, oh my God, you guys, there's so much story. You guys did so great. Here's a bonus. And bing, 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 3-part reunion. That's when that happens. Not when you didn't show up for work. Not when you did dick all season. Not when half of your camera department was fucking stoned and couldn't focus a camera. You don't get 3 parts. You get 3 acts intercut with some like makeup and glam and Pizza Hut sponsorships. But that's it. That's all you get. And then pack it up, do better.
No. If I get to watch a group of people pile on Tamra Judge and all seem to be, thus far, holding the same opinion of enough already, I could watch that for a week straight.
I mean, yeah, I was halfway through and like, okay, you should be burned at the stake. We should bring that back just for this one person because I think witches are real. And
we are real, but we're not all dark witches. Mark.
Okay, well, there's one dark one left, and she needs to be
Muted.
lit
There's
on
a couple.
fire.
I
Or
want
that.
Can you imagine putting Tamra Judge and Lisa Barlow in a room together?
No, Natalie, stop. This year's been hard enough. Hey, Minnie.
Then you wanted to chip.
Okay, so we start off Andy saying their hi, hellos, how you doing to everybody.
Sorry, I know I'm yapping a
please.
lot.
No, please.
Andy's opening questions they're always so backhanded. Have you noticed that?
That's
Go
it.
back and watch his.
No, I don't have to. That's Andy.
I don't-
He's Shady Boots.
But I feel like his opening ones are always mega shady boots.
I feel like I feel like you just don't have the history to know that like woven throughout all of the
You don't have the
reunions.
history.
Really?
You don't,
Think I
because
do.
he's Shady Boots on Ep 1, 2, and 3 of the reunion, part 1, 2, and 3.
For the Housewives or
Yeah.
everybody?
I think specifically for the Housewives.
Okay, maybe that. And then in that case, you're probably right. And then I'll be like, fine, cool, shady boots
Hold
it up.
on. He does openings for even the second and third reunion?
No, his opening questions. He said. I thought you said your opening question.
Like when they get, and he's like, oh, hey, Shannon Badur, blah, 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 blah. Hey, Courtney, blah, blah, blah. Hey,
Oh,
Natalie. But
yeah.
those questions are always so like, blah, 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 blah. Pow. They're just, they're not, they seem nice. And you're like, oh, okay.
See,
Excuse
I think
me, before he cuts to the next
He
thing, and
did
you're
a
like,
skibbity pat.
he just skibbity papped me on fucking camera.
and I think he skibbity paps throughout all 3
Yeah. Yeah.
parts of
I'm
the
into
reunion.
All right.
And
I'm
I like
into
it.
with-
I'm okay with it.
Listen, with these ladies, skibbity pap away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, I don't know. I noticed it more today, or when we watched this thingy.
Well, in his skibbity pap opening, he's, we're talking about Tamra's new jums. We're talking about how Emily lost weight. I was just going to say this, but then I stopped myself, but fuck it. I don't know. I'm half in a coma, so I'll say it. I didn't realize that Emily had put on weight. And I think she carries herself very well, because when she said, oh, I probably lost like 27 to 30 pounds, you would imagine that you would notice that much. And I just thought she looked the same as during the season. I just thought she looked healthy and good. Did anyone else notice that she had put on or lost weight?
I noticed that she had put on a little bit of weight. I didn't know it was that much, but also like that much on me, you'd be like, where are you ill? What happened? Because I'm 5'4". She's a big, she's tall and broad and whatever. So I didn't realize it was that much, but I guess maybe it was. But I did see that like she had been, like her whole season last season was like workout city,
Yeah.
like all she was doing. And I think that she kind of like, I mean, nobody could do that 24 fucking hours a day.
Yeah, she said she works out 7 days a week. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And I like to work out.
Yeah. So I think she probably went down to a few times a week and then, is now back on the 7-day a week train. Some people it's just super hard for. Like if you don't do it every single day hardcore, then I don't know. It's horrible. Weight is horrible. It's a horrible thing that women have to deal with across the board, because even if you're a smaller person, you there's always an era of uncomfortability, and it just is a bummer. I know from just doing this show, I never wanted to be on camera, and I when I finally just was like, okay, we need a third person. We need someone, whatever, agreed to do it.
And we were out
it
of
was
friends
like,
to
okay, well, I
ask.
guess I'm going to starve myself for however long until because I also have to edit myself. So then I'm just like staring at it all the time. And it's easier now because I'm like, you all know what I look like if I have a bad week. Hopefully I'll be back at it next week. But it's a real fucking shit show bummer.
It is, and it's so much more. Obviously, we all know this on women
Yeah.
than men. It's not, and I get it. It's not that men are totally taken out of the
Yeah.
category of like we're looking at your body, but it's not
No.
1/100th
Yeah.
as much as we focus on women's bodies.
Yeah. No.
Like
not
when
at all.
after a woman has a baby, they're like, "Oh, you got your pre-baby body back." How about just acknowledging who cares?
Well-
I just created life,
yeah.
shot it out of my body, and have kept it alive from my jums for a year. And we're talking about that my waist is snatched again. Like we
Yeah.
are fucked up in what we're thinking about or
Yeah.
what we're focused on.
Yeah.
Anywho's what's it?
Yeah.
So at the end of this, like, hello, hey, how you doing? That we do touch on Alexis's wedding for 2 seconds. And I have to say, I am just going to give Shannon flowers all fucking episode.
Yeah.
Because I am so impressed with how far she has come with the work that she's done on herself, her ability to stay calm, to not take the bait with Tamra or anyone else. But Tamra, I would think if I were in that room and in Shannon's shoes, would be the most triggering person to me.
Yeah.
And even when the wedding got brought up, she was like, talk about it. It's fine.
I saw the pictures. It looked lovely.
Yeah.
But also Tamra saying it was one of the, what did she say? One of the,
Most beautiful weddings I've ever.
one of the most beautiful weddings I've ever been to.
Yeah.
What kind of weddings are you going to? I'm sorry. I'm sure it was fine, but I saw some snaps and I could tell you right away just by the carpet in the banquet hall. This is not the spot of all spots. Like
A few years
I've
ago, I
been
went
to
to one
nicer-
in Lake Como.
Yeah.
I think that's going to go
Yeah,
up
I've
on
been to
my
Stephanie
list.
Showman's at what's it called? The
Hotel Bel Air.
the Bel Air Hotel. Gorgeous wedding.
Yeah.
And Stephanie's just a regular old gal.
Yeah.
Well, not regular old gal, but you
But
know,
no, I know what you mean.
she's not a housewife.
Yeah.
So
Timmy's wedding.
Timmy's wedding, yes.
Timmy's wedding was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
My sister had 3 bangers, but her first was really great. She got married at St. Patrick's Cathedral.
Yeah.
And then it was catered by Le Cirque at the Palace.
Yeah.
Really slumming it. Like this wedding, people thought that the the cocktail hour was all of the food. So
Yeah.
then when we sat down and they were like, would you like a petite filet or
Yeah.
a tomahawk steak or like scallops with caviar or whatever?
Yeah.
They were like, wait, I'm full from the prosciutto station.
Yeah.
Like, dance it off, bitch. 'Cause people paid for this. Anyway, point being is I just thought Shannon, 10 out of 10, could
Yeah.
not have handled it better.
But did you think that? And listen, Tamra, like I'm not a dummy. I know that Tamra's crazy, but this was the first time I was like, oh, okay, full. Like I got my full dose of like, oh, who this chick really is, and how much she just loves being a crazy, mean person. But did like her saying like, oh, I don't want to talk about it, like starting out him being like, oh, you went to the wedding, and her being like, yeah, I don't really want to talk. You think that was bullshit?
Oh, 1,000,000%. She has no qualms with throwing anything and everything she possibly can at
Yeah.
Shannon. Tamra tonight looked like she needed a fucking exorcism.
Bro, full blown.
She was
full blown. Looked
awful
like a
to Shannon every time
it
she
was
opened her
Yeah.
mouth.
nuts.
It
like
was
like I kept being like, she's a bully. Like she's a full bully. And then that got worse and worse. And I'm like, I think bullies right now are being like, dude, lady, chill out.
You're not
What are you
representing us very well.
Exactly.
a
You're not
member of the National
representing
Bully
the
Association of
bully
America anymore.
But
Yeah.
You're on
that-
probation.
She was lunatic, like
Yeah.
crazy.
But it was
mean,
specific
fucking
to
mean,
Shannon.
so
Which is
mean.
so good.
And that's why I think Shannon's behavior this episode
Yeah.
was so impressive because she didn't take the bait once.
No, and that drives Tamra to drink. She is still so pissed that like this person who doesn't put a thought past what pantyhose she's wearing today was actually able to like out strategize her with no strategy. Like her strategy was just literally like show up and and
Hope for the best.
Yeah, hope for the best and try to remember my left shoe.
Yeah.
You know, and I Tamra can't believe that her entire life has been all about strategizing how to take this woman down. And Shannon's like she's like one of those dolls that like
The rounded
you
bottom.
fall over and then you pop back up.
She's a weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Yeah. It's so
That's
good.
hilarious.
It drives her batty.
Well, when she was like, "Oh, you playing you strategize," and XYZ you strategize, and Shannon was like, "I don't know what I'm wearing tomorrow," and Heather was like, "She doesn't know what she's wearing right now."
She was trying to not pop out of her Spanx.
Right.
There's so many, there were a few comments talking about like Heather and Shannon's old relationship from our last episode. And I just think that when you see them now specifically in moments like that and you hearken back to yesteryear when Heather's throwing Shannon out of her house, it's like, wow, this is what I'm saying about like people can grow. Your relationships can evolve. You can become a better person.
Yeah.
And that actually gets us into our next segment because they bring up Tamra in therapy and like, are you still in therapy? And it was just so crazy to me that it's why she's probably friends with Vicky, because Vicky did this all the time and Vicky could not understand it. How she just walks herself into proving everyone else's point as to, you know, Andy, you didn't think I was calmer this season? And Andy's like, no, because I watched the season. Like, what do you were a rabid animal towards people. You were not calmer at all. Do you know the definition of calm? Like maybe we're talking, maybe sometimes you're misusing a word. Are we misusing the word calm? Because you were as tranquil as a grizzly bear.
You'd think it. Well, wait, is she one of those people that goes, "I don't watch the show"?
No. She watches all of it, and it's, or at least, how about this? As much as I've heard, she watches her performances, and her on the show, and I just thought it was crazy when they were giving examples to her. It like she was doing it in real time.
She's Lisa Barlow.
She is.
They have the exact same.
I will say, if I had to choose between seeing one of them on my screen, I would choose Tamra.
I would too. Lisa is a straight up Looney Tune. Tamra's just pissed at the world is raging 24/7. Like,
and Tamra does have moments where I agree with her.
Yeah.
Or I can say she's actually right here.
Yeah.
I am never, not once, not ever like that with Lisa.
No. Lisa to me is just it is two different languages that her and everyone else is speaking, and I think different a set of eyeballs.
Somehow in this segment, Katie had jumped in and brought up how Shannon, I guess, had said she wanted Jen fired from the show. I don't know how it was like weaving itself in there, but I just love that Shannon got another moment of when she's like, I didn't call Alex Baskin. I don't know what you're talking about. And then Alex chimed in with Andy and was like, that conversation never happened.
Yeah.
Like that. I want to go back to something in a second, but that shit was crazy because like I didn't get it. Like we started Housewives or Orange County like episode 5 or 6 or whatever. And I started going back and watching, but I didn't get like the full Katie experience really. Yeah. And then the last half of the season, I watched enough to be like, I don't think I trust her. Like I think she's like lying and full blown shady and whatever. Just my gut telling me that. And for one of her first interactions to be, well, Jen, you tell? And Jen be like, huh? What the fuck are you talking about? And Shannon, and Shannon being like, no, dude. And Andy just being like, didn't happen. And they cut to, and Katie's just like,
okay.
Like,
okay.
This is why
she's going to blow this.
You are a full blown, I feel like they're like a legit liar. Like you just are lying.
No, she is, but she had a chance. Sorry, go on.
No, that's fine. But like later on, I was like, oh, you're trying to take Tamra's job. Well, I think Katie's trying to take Tamra's job.
Yes.
In the sense of like, oh, I can act crazy.
Then
like
you got to
that.
do better because she's not coming with that kind of heat.
No.
And I don't want her to. I want Katie to be Katie.
No, agreed. She had a shot to come in here and stay humble. Basically, when she left the show, our cast as is, and I've got this reunion has reminded me of things, and I'll get into like an overarching thing about what this whole debacle has been. But Katie left the show and had the support of basically everyone. Like if in the comments section, if you're
America.
on it, yeah, she really did, because that's how unlikable so many members of the cast were, between Emily and Gina and Tamra, obviously. And then no one really knows what to think of Gretchen. Like she's not someone anyone is like. People think she's nice and whatever, and they can maybe like her a little bit more than Tamra at times, but it's still, there's nothing to glom onto, like you're not rushing to Gretchen. Anyhow, I think that Katie saw that support and really got ahead of herself, and is really because I saw some interviews of her being kind of shady, being like, I would just encourage, Bravo to just look at the comments and see who they like to bring back, maybe ask America, she's like, so black and white. She saw it and she ran with it. And she needed to come on here and just stay quiet and be reserved and say, it's so unfortunate, everything that went down. Like, I would do so many things different. And not ever, she doesn't have to admit to anything, but just lay low. And I think she's going to come in here, and I could be wrong, but my prediction is that she's going to think she's the big swinging dick.
I think you're right.
And then everyone's going to be like, do you see? Because she's making me see Emily in a different light now. Like, this was a very eye-opening reunion for me. Anyway.
Just this one episode?
It reminded me that like how when I'm cutting and I'm like, oh, I'm going to fuck this up, so I need you guys to give reactions so that I can cut to things. So you can cut to someone smiling, or you can cut to them with a resting bitch face. That might not have been happening in that moment. You grab it from the end, you found that, and I put it on my little clipboard and save it, and I slice it in where I need to.
How dare you do that to us?
I know. But for you guys, it's just about me being able to say a full sentence, and you guys be like having a nice look on your face, as opposed to Mike playing games. Whatever.
I'm not playing any games this time.
Okay. The night is young.
That is true.
The county is young. And so I think that they really used Emily and Gina this season as like producer pets, because they didn't really have much story of their own. If you got a great story, then like it's so much lower of a percentage chance that this is going to happen to you. But when you don't, now you're the producer's bitch, and you got to go in and bring up like, you guys want to talk about that thing that you guys hate each other over in the middle of dinner? No, not really. No, thank you.
Kind of want to enjoy this appetizer,
Yeah.
but thanks
Fucking
for
shrooms
asking.
are kicking in
Yeah.
right about now. I'm good.
Yeah.
Not really interested in fighting with anybody.
Yeah.
Like another Sammy, though.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. So I look back and think like we were all a little not snowed, but like taken in by like just what we were seeing on screen, and it seemed like the show took us on a ride that I don't know if I went back and watched it again, if I would see it the same way, because Emily, like, these ladies seemed so much more connected to me. We've been saying like, they're not friends. This is why this is so rough, because they're not having fun.
Yeah.
They can't talk shit to each other because they don't know each other like
Yeah.
that. I saw a connective tissue between these ladies on this couch today that I had not seen all season.
I agree.
So it made me, it's making me entertain the idea that like, that's the way that the show was shot and edited and produced to us to look a certain way. And I don't know if that was really the reality of it. And I think we were glomming onto Katie because she was seemed like the most interesting one out of the bag of bullshit that we were being served. And I think she got an extra, just like some extra credit that maybe she hadn't had we seen that, like, no, these people are really friends. Like, didn't they just seem more like just the way that Heather was talking with them? It
They
seems like
just had more of a rapport with one
Yeah.
another. Like, yeah, I know you, girl.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that all season. Did you?
No. Like, nothing different than I had seen all season. Like, Heather and Shannon were fine. Like, there
No,
wasn't
but, like,
anything like I had
Emily
the
was
exact opposite. Was like, oh, this show is weird because these shows are weird because they get a couple people that are down to party and they'll
Yeah.
do whatever. And sometimes those are just people who are down to party. Sometimes it's Jax and Tamra, who probably shouldn't be on TV. You probably shouldn't be manipulating a mentally impaired person to do shit on TV for you, right?
I I was like, who did they mentally impair? Who was mentally impaired that they got someone? You're saying that Tamra and Jax are the mentally
just like these are sick people, right? Like
Yeah.
these are not healthy, mentally healthy people. They have trauma.
emotionally intelligent people. Yeah.
Yeah, like this is exploitation, 100%, right? So what I was going to get back to is like you said that you would rather watch Tamra than Lisa Barlow on TV. So I need just a little help from our family. I need to know why do we have to? Why? This isn't directed at you. It's just a generalization. Like why do we watch Jax? Why do we watch the Tamras? Why do we watch the Lisa Barlows? Like why aren't we like, get rid of the fucking crazy and we're boycotting, right? Like ABC and YouTube are in a fight right now. People are boycotting YouTube because they can't watch SportsCenter. They're boycotting Disney because fucking Jimmy Kimmel's not there. Everybody's down to boycott shit, but they won't boycott something that really probably should be boycotted, if that's a word.
There's just so much going on, and I think we just need one. I call these shows brain lickers, where it's just like I don't have to think. It's just like soothing me into a place where like whatever my issues of the day are, issues du jour, like I've put those on a shelf, and I can just watch these people and be like, oh wow, that's crazy. Look at that, and then I just can go to sleepies and.
But for me, it makes me crazy. Like
Yeah.
it makes
crazy.
me.
You and I are the same like that. But I am
emotional,
wondering though, has this doing this, making this like a thing that we do every week with the camera on it, has that ruined any of this for you? Like not ruined, but has it made it less enjoyable or just not a brain lick, more of a brain fuck?
No, I
Only
just
a
think
brain
it's
fuck.
the only bummer is to turn my enjoyment into homework.
Yeah.
So like taking notes during, like you love sports. Do you want to take notes during a basketball game?
I don't, but I did try to get my buddy Travis to do a sports show, and he wouldn't do it.
Because he doesn't want to take notes during his
No,
happy time.
I mean, maybe, but more. He had a good point. There's so many people doing sports shows.
Yeah.
It's such a
That
thing.
was
saturated.
It was a bigger thing. It was like, do you know how much work you would have to do into getting to know all of these different things, all the stats, remembering all the stuff,
And there's
like
people that
it becomes
already
work.
are
or
so
genius
good
at
at
it,
it
yeah.
that
To
we
where,
would just be
America's
a
favorite
couple funny
pastime
dummies.
now becoming America's homework would that no one's signing up for that.
Yeah, and I don't want to. It's why I watch all the shows. Well, this one I don't, because I'm like I can't do it twice. But all of our other shows I'll watch the first time. No, nothing. Just like fucking. This is my enjoyment. I'm watching for fun.
Yeah.
Craig, you dumb silly. I can't believe you did.
You
and
look cute.
Yeah, no, not that. And then I'll go back and watch the second time as work and be like, okay, I didn't know. So that way I'm still getting the enjoyment of being a fan of the Summer Houses and Southern Charms and the shows that I do enjoy. And then also, getting the
I
job
want to
out
do
of
that.
it,
I
but-
just get nervous that I'm not going to have time for a second watch. And then I won't have all of like the segments listed and like all the notes done. And then I'm what you call a precrastinator. I worry, like it's why I pack a week before I leave for a trip because I can't have it over my head.
What do you wear during the week?
I have a
Yeah, all my favorite clothes are what I'm bringing, and then I
Yeah,
would just be
like-
wearing pajamas all week.
Seriously.
No. I
Where's my favorite
take
t-shirt?
very good care of my clothes, and I've been the same size since I was in like middle school, and my parents owned a clothing store, so I just keep everything and have like backups. And I'm a lunatic.
Anyways, my point is, Jax clearly, as if you've been here for a while, you know.
Jax is that's how you met Barry.
This is how I met Barry and
Or
his
what-
beautiful wines.
Was
I
it-
mean, we
no,
met
it was
before,
Jax.
but
Yeah.
it was Jax because I stormed
See?
out.
The relationship blossomed.
Yes, when I bailed
But
one
it's
episode.
not all bad.
It's all bad.
No, it's
I
not.
mean, that's not, but the show is. Jax is like, so
But it
that
brought-
what I need people to, my call to action for everyone is just a little,
Tippity tap on the
just a
keyboards.
tippity tap of like, here's why I put up with Tamra, or I think it makes me crazy too, Mike, and I stopped watching years ago, and I feel so much happier now. I might need a little advice and a little bit of like, I'm confused. I'm confused why and I'm a part of it. I watched this shit before we were doing this stuff, not Housewives, but like the rest of it. I don't know why I keep going back. I don't know why we all are not boycotting the Tamras and the Jacks and the, I don't know, the Lisa Barlow, but like,
It's because these
why
are
we
soap
not?
operas.
Yeah, but
Like
they're
this
not
is like a modern
though.
day soap opera.
It's
But
the
it's-
ensemble
But a soap
too, though.
opera
Like
is
you
a
can't like
script.
throw
Do you
out what is
know
it? Throw out the
that's
baby with the
fake?
bathwater.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I like a lot of other people that we were. Well, I might have to eat that. I can't remember who I even liked by the end of the valley.
Oh, nobody.
No, I love Jodie.
Oh, Dodie and her blue
Yeah. Oh, and
With the
and
moose
the
knuckles.
and Beauty Queen.
Hold my crown.
and Beauty Queen's husband.
Yeah, Zach. I love Zach.
Love Zach.
I'm sorry. I'm now having a. I'm trying to because I don't want to leave this. I don't want to leave anyone on the floor talking about that show because there was some bangers in there, but then
Yeah.
half of them were horrible. But that's like any cast. But yeah,
Like you take the good, you take the bad, you take them all, and there you have the Real
Facts of
Housewives
life.
franchises.
No, I get it. And I think I get confused or like,
Thank you, Natalie.
I was like, what is that?
It's
It was
the facts of life.
I know.
I said the facts of life.
I didn't hear what you said, but
The
I didn't
remix.
hear it, and I was still going like, I know that song. Okay,
I
go.
think I just, like, I'm not a big college sports guy. I never have been. I didn't go to college, so I don't have like an affinity for
I
college.
did, and I'm not a college sports person either, so you
Well,
don't
you're
worry.
a sports person. So like
Yeah.
I don't, but I'm an entertainment person and I want to be entertained by the best in the business, the best actors, the best directors, the best receivers and quarterbacks and pitchers and catch. Like, I'm not like, I call it Saturday's practice sports. And like Natalie's, obviously, if you've been around, Natalie's family is like fucking champion wrestlers, champion coaches, champion rings everywhere. Super fun. But like,
Boomer Sooner.
yeah, and it's all all college, right? And I'm like, so practice. You guys are the champion practice. I never said that. I get my fucking ass
'cause I was
kicked
just
by
gonna
these
say, get
guys.
your
Yeah.
ass
Yeah,
handed to
totally.
you.
I'm just kidding, Stan. But I like Sunday, dude. Like, give me the pros, right? Across the board. I don't like college films or documentaries or indie movies. Like, good job. I appreciate the effort. Talk to me when you got Warner Brothers handing you $100 million. And I know that's super dicky, but like, it's
That's how you feel.
entertainment. Like, it's just give me the best, right? So these shows are not giving me the best, and I think that's
They're not
kind of
sending us our best.
they're not sending us our best. But I think that's where I get like, I'll deal with friends who fight because that's real. That you fight with your friends sometimes if you've been friends for a long time. I can't deal with people who are not friends screaming at each other. Like, that's amateur. It doesn't seem real. It's not entertaining to me.
So Bronwyn said something the other night from Salt Lake. Bronwyn was on Watch What Happens, and she was, I can't even remember what Andy, like what the scene was that Andy was asking her about, but he said, why, if they were talking to Lisa about this, why weren't you mad at Angie and Meredith and someone else, but you were mad at Lisa? And she goes, because I'm friends with them. We already have a relationship. Like, it comes so differently. Like, if you hear people talking about your life, if I don't know you or I hate you or we have mad beef and you've came for me so many times, like, I don't even care if you're just talking about like the peanut butter and jelly I had for lunch today. Like, keep me and my PBJ out your fucking mouth. Yeah. But I love that she said that so easily of like, because I have a relationship with them. Like, that's it. You can get away with so much shit talking if I know that you know that bitch well enough to say so and that you've got good intentions in saying it. You're trying to bring it to her door to let her know, or you're just fucking around, you know? Like, those aren't options when you're dealing with the Tamras and the Lisas. Like, you can rely 99.9% of the time, and that 0.1% is just like a mere accident or like they were busy doing something else, that all that other time they are coming for you. They are saying it when they bring up about Shannon's dad. Bullshit. You give a shit. They don't give a shit.
Well, that actually gets brought up in this next segment when they were talking about, like, you know, trusting Tamra with sensitive information. And Heather said, listen, we're historic
I love
friends.
that she said that.
And yes. And she's like, and because of how you've acted, I can't fully trust you.
Yeah.
And that was the only time in the entire episode where I saw the seedlings of therapy start to sprout through the dirt, where she's like, I hear you. I'm taking that in. And like, we might have to have a deeper conversation about it. But that's, if you want us to want to watch you, you gotta have some growth. It's like even with a musical act, a musician or whatever, if you got a hit single, awesome. But I need to hear other things from you. I don't
Yeah.
want to just hear that one song. It becomes like waterboarding. It's so annoying if you are this one note character. And so I did appreciate that, like she really was taking that in, but that was in this segment where they ended up saying, you know, when you brought up Shannon's dad, you know, having a drinking problem, and the fact that Tamra can't understand how in season 15, when Shannon said she went to Al-Anon,
Yeah.
she never said I went to Al-Anon because my father is an alcoholic. She
Yeah.
said I have addiction in my family.
Yeah.
And I've experienced it with family members, still anonymous.
Yeah,
And
and-
I have gone to Al-Anon.
Tamra added immediate family. She didn't even say,
Correct.
like, oh God, she's the worst.
Yeah. And that's why you're beat,
Yeah.
Tamra. Like, she didn't out her father. And it's not for you to out someone's alcoholism.
Yeah.
Especially a 96-year-old man.
Exactly. And for her to have the audacity, the fucking demon balls to say, you don't even care about your dad? Like someone who clearly any of us watches her for 5 seconds with her dad. Her
Correct.
dad is her like sun and moon and
Yes.
stars. Like the way that she looks at her dad is, I'm sure, the way that we all do.
Yeah.
Well, girls do. And if you got a good one. But that was so offensive to watch and just showed, let me just, I feel like I wrote it down, like my, like immediate. It's too mean. I won't even read it.
Oh my God. Okay. Wow.
It's just where I like
Somebody's in therapy.
Okay, wait, but to comment on the thing
Okay.
about the therapy thing with Tamra, I don't think that we saw you're giving her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like that was more like way more bullshit than the like. I'm still, and everyone, you can light me up and be like, you're an idiot. You didn't even fucking watch this show. Fine, touche. Everything Tamra said today, burn her at the stake, witch style. I'm still on the shit. I don't know why I feel this way, but if there was the 0.1% today was, I don't want to talk about the thing because of Shannon, which is crazy. I get it. I know. I hear the words coming out of my mouth, and then the next 40 minutes was her just basically wanting to kill Shannon and make fun of, like,
Yeah.
I get what I'm saying. But that whole, like, I hear you, I'm taking it in, I'm breathing, perhaps we should have a thing. What I was like,
The only reason
fuck out of here,
no,
dude.
let me just say this. The only reason I don't think the only reason I feel like that she goes the extra mile with Heather is because her and Heather have had a friendship for many years. Heather was a bridesmaid in her wedding. She sang at her like private ceremony where there weren't cameras. Like, they have a friendship. I'm not saying that they're best friends and they fucking braid each other's hair and kiki every day, but she doesn't want to fuck Heather over and not have her in her life. And I think that this friendship on some level is also important to Tamra. And also, I think Tamra knows that Heather can outbox her, so I don't think she would ever go for Heather just because you don't enter a fight that you think you're going to lose. But I think for all of those reasons, it's why it was the only time we really saw her take a pause and say, what have I learned in therapy? Even if I don't understand it, this is what I should say. And I just think that
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just think that if we know anything about Tamra, and really if we know anything about all these broads, but like Tamra's been around for long enough to where I just think that she's got like a regime practice every year, where when you're in the comments or if you watch any of these recaps, I know that here on Showmance, and I feel like it's kind of been across the board, Heather has come to be a fan favorite, and she just wasn't before. Like, people always just kind of thought hoity-toity. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people always liked her, but weren't like super standing her like we have this year.
Yeah.
And so I also think that Tamra knows, like, out of this entire cast, she's really the one that everybody has been like mega on board with. So I think that if you have a brain, like, don't go up against this. Plus everything that you said about them being
All
friends
of
for
the
as
above.
long as they have and not wanting to lose her. But then the thing with Alexis, the thing with Shannon, I think that what she said was a dig to say to Shannon, I would talk about it, but I don't want to offend, like as if Shannon should be offended, you know, or like to insinuate that Shannon's just so broken up and misses her old stupid fuck boyfriend this much and can't hear a thing about this new woman in his life
And have to take to the bed for 2 months.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who
That
would
to
feed
me,
Archie?
that to me felt like, oh, because your dad was an alcoholic. Like
Yeah.
I know you've confided in me that, oh, Minnie, you don't like phones?
No, she wants to see the nasty thing you were going to say. You're not going to say it out loud.
It was just basically that Tamra is so like the kinder version of it is just that like how gnarly it's been to watch like such an insanely privileged woman show not a single ounce of gratitude for any of it. And just like her rage overtakes her so much. She looks possessed. She looks like she needs a fucking exorcist.
Well, that was Shannon's point that I really felt her on when she said, I just need to point out how the hypocrisy here that you keep saying this is the hardest year of your life.
Yes.
And when it was the hardest year of my life, not only did you give me zero amount of grace, okay? You actually did the polar opposite and told everyone that you thought I had a drinking problem. You were constantly gunning for me every time you saw me with a drink in my hand.
Yeah.
You were awful to me.
Yeah.
And Tamara's like, well, I didn't ask for grace. And Shannon's like, that's not the point. I have been graceful in my actions towards you. I haven't been saying, I don't give a shit that your friend, is suffering from cancer. I think you're still being an asshole, which would be a way harsh thing to say. But Shannon didn't say it. And she could have if she wanted to, because that's the way Tamara treated her last season.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy that she can't understand that. Because it's really not a deep concept.
It's really not. And you know that the places she's putting her time in is thinking the fact that she opened up by bringing up Teddy again and Teddy's latest and greatest prognosis or her
Her scans and
when you're making her progress,
Yes.
like making really good progress, which great.
it's
But
incredible. Do you
no,
know
it's
a
fucking
miracle.
incredible. Yeah.
A miracle.
Yeah. To open up with that and then to also kind of book it on this episode to then bring up the kid thing. She's to me, I just noticed every time she's trying to like drop a little thing that will buy her some more like, oh, we shouldn't talk anymore about this. Oh, she's still just a mom that really is devastated over her daughter. Oh, she's more like, that's not your cancer. I'm sorry. Stop stealing someone's prognosis. Stop stealing whether it's good, bad, or in between, whatever it is. Like, I don't buy it, and it makes me upset because I really truly believe in my gut that she is using this woman's pain for her own like shield in hopes that it's going to get people to back off. And it's worked as much as it has, and shame on you that it has, but it has. So just be grateful for the work it's done for you and like let it go. Yeah.
Wait, real quick, just go like that with your.
She gets me so riled up.
No. There's a. Yeah. Don't touch it because it's tucked under.
Okay.
But you know what the thing is with little Tammy Sue,
Tammy Faye Baker.
Tammy Sue, she's done this. So this is her knee-jerk reaction to everything, right? Well, oh my God, I'm going through a bad divorce. My child's not talking to me. My 2 kids aren't speaking to each other. Simon, her ex-husband, Simon has cancer. My best friend has cancer. These are all terrible things.
Yeah.
Okay. However, the divorce rate in this country is 50%. So chances are everyone has been affected by divorce.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, cancer rates are rising. Everyone has been affected by cancer. These are all tragic things. I'm not saying that you don't get to have a broken heart about them and feel really sad, but you don't get to take that pain that you're experiencing out onto other people. We've talked about this 7 Ways to Sunday. I think that she doesn't even know she's doing it the same way that she can't really do the simple math of I was awful to Shannon after she got her DUI. And listen, did she do a horrible thing? Yes, it is not a good thing to be a drunk driver. Shannon has said it. She's making amends for her wrongdoings. She's not sitting here being like, who cares? There's no big deal. And nobody got hurt. she was embarrassed. She's paying her penance to society. Why are you kicking her while she's down if this is actually your friend? Even if she's not, she's a human being on this earth. Like, why are you trying to be so nasty to her? And she can't figure that out. And I think that both of these things are just a window into really how mentally backwards she is.
Yeah.
Because she thinks, I know someone in my life that thinks they are the only person to ever go through specific things. And they will use it as an excuse all the time. I have a child. My child has this. My child needs that. Or I'm a working parent. And my husband works also. You've just described every person who has a child in the world.
Yeah.
We're all working. We're all trying to figure it out. Everybody's got something. But they tell themselves this story of victimhood so much that they don't know. They really are. They think it's a legitimate excuse.
You know, I sometimes forget that she told the world that she was on the spectrum.
Tamra.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the
Newts.
thing the thing that really hit home, and I said it before, I think a while back, but the thing that really hit home in this episode was how much, and listen, someone's gonna chime in and be like, she's going to therapy, you don't know her childhood. Cool. She likes being mean. She really loves being a fucking bully.
She's like a cutter in that sense where it's like she knows this isn't the healthiest thing for her, but she wants to do it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's true. I don't even think she thinks about whether it's good or not for her. She loves it. She loves the hate. She loves being that fucking bitch. She loves being that. She loved it in high school, I bet. I bet if you went back and met her, like all her high school, like the people she went to high school with, they'd probably all be like, oh no, we're not stunned at all that Tamra, at 107 years old or however old she is still that way. You know, like she's just a monster. And like there's fuckers that are fuckers because of a past and a circumstance and whatever. I'm probably one of those fuckers, but like there's fuckers who just love being fuckers.
Yeah.
That's a monster.
Yeah.
That's how you get monster status, right? It is when it's like, and for me anyways, my opinion is there's probably not any coming back from that. This therapy journey is probably not going to work out for you. It doesn't seem like it is. It seems like you're bullshitting that too. She's just a monster person.
Those facial expressions that she
horrible,
does,
like horrible.
That's junior high.
Yeah.
I haven't made a face like like I haven't made a nanny boo boo face.
It's upsetting to watch.
No,
it makes
is.
me upset. I really can't tolerate.
Yeah,
and I have, but I act like a junior high. So yeah, no, she's, and again, that's why I need people to be like, here's why.
Well, I can't answer that, but what I can tell you is our next seggy is when we get into the Katie stuff. And we realize that, like, also, I thought it was so, again, I don't know why I'm like so dick riding Shannon this year.
no, it's so good. I've never seen a more authentic character.
Oh, she's just so great. And when Andy said, oh, Shannon, you're re-following Katie. And she's like, I never stop.
Yeah.
And it's like, it just made me think, because I never follow that shit. Like, oh, they're following, they're unfollowing.
I don't know how to do it. I listen to the people that say it, and then
clearly they're wrong.
Yeah.
Because she never wasn't. And that's why a lot of that.
I know, TikTok, man. There's a lot of good over there, but if you don't have time to
fact check.
But then also, it was so many of them were saying it. So maybe they were just saying it in a way that's like.
One person heard it and they were like, oh, this person does good research. I'm just going to take their word for it.
Totally. Or someone will say, she's following her now. Well, maybe she always was. But when you say it like that, it makes me go, oh, well, it would make sense that she wasn't before. So I'm just kind of taking it at,
then your
at
little
face value.
Conspiracy brain goes off in all the different
you've given me
directions.
enough to last me the next 6 months.
For that one sentence.
A little bite.
But something I thought that was interesting, and I know you guys are going to come for me with this, but production picked the lie detector test people. I, for some reason, thought it was Emily who.
Well, I mean, how would Emily?
I just was like, oh, it's a caterer. I was thinking it as akin to a caterer. I wasn't doing a deep dive on that.
Well, we talked about it a little bit because, like he said, there's only a couple of those companies that will go on TV. Because, like, most of them are like, I'm not fucking going on TV so you can make a fucking sham of what we do. No one's supposed to know it's a sham. So, like, I think we had talked about that a while back. You brought
they're
it
just a
up,
company that, like, if you are one of the two that lets you film, then you become a company that is constantly utilized for it. And then you start thinking, what else can we offer our clients? We can send a lady in with a little Pulp Fiction wig and that'll go, she's fucking lying. Like, what professional says, well, I know she's fucking lying. Come on.
Let me ask you this, though. Then do you think that, because if Emily didn't hire this company, it's not like she pulled them aside being like, hey, like if you hired the caterer for something, you could say, hey, we're doing a gender reveal. Here's the color, put it in the cake, whatever. But if you've no contact with the people, the caterer, the lie detector test people, you can't necessarily get in their ear and tell them, I'm trying to pin this stuff on this girl. Please make it so that all of her results come back that she's lying. Then we have to then deduce from that production said we're trying to have this storyline that she's lying. And so you have to say, couldn't production get in trouble for that?
No. I mean,
well,
to me, that seems like a legal thing.
I don't know if it's a legal thing.
You're in dodgy territory, I would think. If producers set you up to on national television say you were lying about something when you weren't.
It depends on, like, this is one of those things. It depends on how good's your lawyer, right? Because like a lawyer could be like, everybody know those things are bullshit. Like this is
no,
not,
but if a producer went to the person running the
like
test,
what's the lawsuit? Is the defamation lawsuit, right?
Yeah.
You showed the world that I'm a big fat liar, and
you
it's
were
not
trying to
true.
malign my character,
Right? But then my Bravo lawyers, would be like, "What are you talking about? It's a fucking lie detector test. We were doing an operation game. You got buzzed. Okay, lady, fuck." Like. So like, and somebody on the jury is going to be like, these things are false. You can't even admit, they're not even admissible in court. I'm just giving you an argument. So like,
I don't know.
And I also don't know. I think it's probably more likely that she failed all the questions because she was freaking the fuck out. Like that's what lie detectors go off of is your heart rate and your energy, your sweat, and like your fucking, like, so it's you could, if you were a really nervous person and they were like, well, we're going to get you. And this is we're setting this all up for you.
Yeah.
And you were already pretty anxiety ridden. You would easily fail every
see, I don't think production went and said lie about her. I think she actually just failed the test for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. But she has proven herself to not be always truthful.
It is also weird, like Gina said. You fucking cover the test. We're all smart enough to know you get a couple wrong. Like that was, I was
Gina.
like, wait, she got every fucking thing wrong? That's a little odd.
I
But
think
that to me says more likely that if it's not, set up.
No, she didn't fail every single test. She failed like all of the questions that were like the leading questions.
Oh, then that's fine. Like, then she's probably just nervous. Like lie detector tests are fucking bullshit. Like,
Sure. I'm just saying I don't think production set her up.
But that's also what it's supposed to detect is like you ask a question and you get real fucking nervous and then the things go twitchy and then that tells you something, right? It tells you whatever, right? But like you can get nervous and get it. You can not be nervous. There's tricks. Like, I don't know if the butthole thing is real, but like there are tricks to like
that was funny.
beating a lie detector test.
Yeah.
They're not, that's why they're not admissible in court because they're not super reliable and they're easily foolable.
Yeah. I don't have any confidence that production wouldn't tell them exactly what they wanted from that scene. I also think, like I said earlier, like watching everything now from after watching this reunion and then also kind of just seeing how they portrayed Emily and Gina the whole time, I think they could also have, like Emily and Gina could know that like, they could know what's up. It doesn't mean that they asked them to do it or whatever, but there was like all those different levels. Like if you want a level 1 test, here's this. If you want a level 2 accuracy test, here's this. Like there was just way too many options and way too much flexibility for it to all go exactly how you would want it to go. This show to me is so fake now. Like, and maybe it always was. And because like I said, we didn't plan on covering the Housewives. We started covering it because there was nothing else to cover. I just think that I have no confidence that like anything that I watched during that lie detector or leading up to it in those days before, like I'm not buying that this is a reality show. Like,
yeah, I'm with, that's one of the big things I watched this reunion. I was like this, and I've been saying it the whole, but like it really lifted the veil of like, this isn't real. This show is not real. And I get that reality is not real. I get it. It's a story. You got to produce it. You got to have some, like real life is boring as shit. Like, but this is not at all, like none of these, it's all bullshit. Like it's all whack, dumb, lazy producers who don't know a good story. They don't know how to tell a good story.
I'm with you that they're not telling good stories. But if it's totally BS, then why aren't Jen and Katie, like if that was just all for the cameras and all of that, then why aren't they friends now?
Jen and Katie. No, I don't. It's not that like they make every single thing happen. It's just that they drive it places. They set things up to happen in a certain way. Even Harris texted me last night and was like, when I was watching that argument on Salt Lake, did you notice that Meredith wasn't wearing a cardigan, and then she's having this back and forth with whoever it was. I think it was not Brittany, and she's got her cardigan on, and then literally 1 second later, she doesn't have it on, and then 1 second later, she does have it on. Like, I feel like they have just taken it to a new level of like, no one's going to notice this, or like,
no, it's that.
But then we also, and I bring this up all the time, we always go back and forth on like, nothing's happening here. And so then you get like, no, the producers, they need to get to work. They need to get in a room and storyboard this out, because like you do have a show to produce. You did get paid X amount of dollars to make something. And if the cast isn't bringing story or the cast wants someone out, but it's going to refuse to shoot with her anyway. And so like, I don't know, you got to think on your feet. You got to come up with shit. And it doesn't take a lot. You put it on our screen. And for most of us, we don't have time. Like, we just have the time to do, because we've decided to do this thing. Not everyone is watching frame by frame like Harris. Harris is just naturally fucking will clock
doing the Lord's
you
work.
know? Yeah. And I just, it's why I don't want to do this show anymore, because
Well,
I'm tired of
epis
getting
left.
like so riled up about people, and then seeing, like I said, watching Emily this whole reunion. She was so different to me than like what I have thought of her for the entire season. And like, I've gone hard on her and made fun of her and her stupid fucking interview outfits. And then to see that like, oh, she probably reads in the comments that people are telling me I look like whatever in that little spaghetti strap number that she had on. Like, I start feeling bad, and I just don't want to feel this way anymore. But they're pushing me in a corner.
Well, the next segment's light and bright, so you won't feel bad about talking about it's all of them as moms, which, I one thing I did think was interesting, and I knew this, we all know stuff like this happens from the show, that people slide into your DMs being like, oh, your kid's going through this. Have you heard of this, that, and the other? And you hear it happen time and time again with these shows, which I actually do think is a positive thing, even though we've talked about, this child doesn't know that he's on film and all that stuff. But that pandas thing is crazy. That people were able to see that, recognize it, and it is what he had, and it's why there was such a big shift in his behavior. I had just never heard of that. There's a lot of medical things I've never heard of, but
I will never not think that Emily didn't make like several mistakes in like how she went about this, but I will also never discredit that, like, if that's the way that she got to the bottom of like what was wrong with her kid, like that's the most value. I don't care what paycheck you're getting, like that's 10 times the paycheck that of value
totally
that you can get. But then I also just like was going so far with Emily, just like watching everything that she was doing as being such a weird move that like I can't help but think that like you could also just know that people were coming for you for the way that you did this. And so now you've got like, I'm sure that could be a thing. I'm not saying that it's not, but like, I don't put it past Emily because of just how she's been portrayed all year. I don't put it past her to be like, I need to give a reason as to why, to kind of cross cancel that part out. And that's like the perfect thing to do it. You know, you come up with a thing that's like, but it ended up helping my kid. Well, God willing it did, you know, but I don't know. I don't know what to trust on the screen.
The only reason I don't think that anybody or the masses came for her with this is because the autism community is so supportive.
Yeah.
And they're such a vocal community, like anytime, because it's such a mysterious disease and it manifests in people so differently and at different ages. And we don't know what triggers it. I know we're learning more, but it's still a giant mystery for the most part. And I think that the way a lot of moms and parents are able to get a diagnosis for their child is through a mom was at the park and she saw something in my kid that she had seen in her kid. And she just said like, listen, I'm not a doctor. I just overheard you saying this. And then I saw your kid do this. And I just want to say, maybe this could save you 2 years of going to doctor's appointments and not getting a diagnosis. So I think she probably across the board was like applauded for it. And
she wasn't.
Oh, she wasn't?
No, a lot of people had the same thing that I had to say about like,
that's
just
so
like, why are
surprising to
you?
me.
Because everyone, first of all, she's a fucking bitch. And so like no one is coming, like if you're not starting off at a good place with Emily, then like you are immediately just thinking the worst, or you're seeing the things and you're not giving her passes on things. So like, that's why I'm just like, I go back and start thinking about how like all the things that they showed of us of Emily was just like, her saying, like I said, saying the thing about like, you guys want to talk about that thing while not really bringing anything else aside from giving all of your son's secrets and saying things like, I don't think my marriage is going to last because we don't know what to do with this kid. Like if you already think that someone has
Straight
resting
up.
bitch face on everything, you're going to be like, and look what she's doing to her kid.
Yeah.
So it's, what? Go ahead.
Just like back in my day when your parents got divorced, the whole thing was like, it's not you. It's not you. Emily was like, we might get divorced because of this motherfucker. No, dude, what do you know?
It's you.
No,
Yeah.
it's you.
Well, that's crazy. Now I had no idea that she was getting backlash for it because usually it's like even Mary, who's
I'm sure she got a
swindled
lot of
elders out of money, and people are like, "Oh my God, I feel so bad for her son." Which we should feel bad that her son is struggling. I just thought like maybe when someone's really sick, it cancels out their bad behavior.
Yeah. I think doing things like kicking Katie out of you should go. Telling Gretchen you can't ride with us. Like there's just like these like and she's always just like like she's just kind of abrasive and whatever. So I don't think that people start off well with her. So they immediately assume the worst. And yeah, I don't like what she said because I just like, I don't think there's any getting out of that. Like you cannot say that you could be getting a divorce because you don't know how to deal with your child. You cannot say that on camera.
No.
And you have to also consider that if no one in his class knows that he's having these issues, they are going to tomorrow and you're setting him up for the worst. Those two things I will never get around. But I do look back at all the ways that the producers used her to bring up things. And also, like I said, if you're going to cut to a smile or you can cut to a fucking scowl, like she's not a horrible person, but like I don't know where to get with her.
Same. I don't know where I stand with her. I think the only other big headline from this section for me was that Tamra saw her daughter for the first time and like got a hug. And I know no one here is a fan of Tamra's, but that I do wish gets like remedied for both of them because we don't need any more pain in the world. And I just think it was nice that she was able to see her and that her daughter asked for a hug.
I'm going to go out on a limb here because I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this question, but why doesn't her daughter talk to her?
So apparently,
She's a monster.
I'm sure that's part of it, but I guess like in her divorce, two of her kids took sides and like her son only was talking to her and not the dad. And one of her daughters was only talking to the dad and not her.
Got it.
And so I guess parent alienation is more prevalent than I knew.
I don't know why this woman can't get it through her thick skull that all your daughter has done is get pissed about keep my name, don't talk about me, I don't want to be a part of this show, I don't want to be a thing on camera. And Tamra can't stop telling everyone, I don't know why she's not tell my daughter's not talking to me. And then when she needs, like, she's not stupid. I mean, she's stupid, but she's not stupid in what her job is. And she knows she's got to bring this thing with Teddy, and she's got to bring the thing about her kid. Like, after all this time, you finally get that moment with your kid, and then you're going to bring it to the reunion and try so hard to cry, and nothing's coming out, and you're getting the tissue from Andy and literally doing that. I'm literally, because I wanted to make sure. This is psycho, but I'm literally zoomed in looking. Is she crying? There's nothing here.
She always, that's her thing.
I'm so glad that my daughter, who hasn't talked to me because she hates it when I talk about her on camera, is talking to me now. I'm going to tell you all about it on camera.
Which one's my camera, so I can really say it into camera?
Yeah.
How's my lighting right now? Hair and makeup touch up?
Yeah, and then the for her no tears, like you mentioned, everyone that I've ever seen on the bazillion reunion shows that I've seen cries, and it takes a minute for the tissue to get to them.
Yeah.
Tamra wasn't crying and was literally
Yeah.
reaching over for a tissue that Andy was like, you need this? Okay, cool. I didn't know you were crying. But it was the most awkward, reach for the tissue I'd ever
She's
seen.
one of those
noticed that
annoying
too.
people that says, God bless you before you sneeze and robs you of your sneeze.
Yeah.
Like, you don't take the tissue before you start,
Like I said, she's a monster.
No, she is. And she's also, I was thinking about like her therapist, like, and her boob job guy, for that matter. But
Dr.
like,
Ambe.
it's got to be bad business if you're to be publicized as Tamra Judge's therapist or boob job guy.
Yeah. Wait, what did Shannon call her? Tamra Grudge?
That was
Tamra
great.
Grudge.
That
So
was
funny.
great,
Yeah.
So
Shannon.
funny.
Yes.
That was good.
The rest of the episode is when Gretchen comes out. And I always fucking just love the parallels on how similar these two women are. And the fact that they're in the same color just really did it for me, because I just find them to, even though the way they go about things are different, they just...
We're going to agree to disagree.
Yeah, fine. We can. It's fine.
I also think that it was weird that all the Shannon, Emily, and fucking Jen were all in red dresses on the same couch. Like, did we not take the photo? Like, you're supposed to get photos. They're supposed to get a wardrobe. You go, like, send me your photos. We need to get approved by the network. Blah blah blah. Oh, all three in the red. Okay, cool, weird. And then I almost feel like the Tamra's pink dress is a dig. Because of course Gretchen's wearing pink. Has she worn anything ever other than pink in her life?
I love what Heather called it. They're like, what do you think Gretchen's going to be? And she goes,
pink. Also, can we, out of all these beautiful women and the makeup ladies and camera ladies, and how is the most beautiful person on this entire fucking production and show Gretchen's hair dude? That fucking guy.
I was just seriously on the edge of my seat going, who was the most beautiful
They
person
cut
here?
to her in the chair, and I was like, whoa, who's that guy? And I'm not even into dudes, but like, his makeup was popping, his hair was
Yeah, no,
popping.
he's a cutie.
He's beautiful.
Oh, it was a he. I was sitting here going, you hire these people, and I'll know if you hire this
No,
person.
it's a dude. I probably will hire him. Just be like, what's up, Scott? How you doing? But yeah, he is a pretty dude.
Yeah. We just have to touch on it for a second. It's a ship going nowhere. It doesn't matter. Slannery sits on the board of the Liberace Foundation. Does that not answer every question you've ever had about him? The hair dye, the teeth, the Vegas look.
But did you go on the interwebs to find out if this was true?
No, is it not true?
Your boy did.
Oh, spill it.
He was hired to do like social media marketing, to be like, to promote from a influencer-ish stand. Like, that's his role there.
So
and
he's
the
not
picture,
on the board.
No, he is. He's a member of the
okay.
board. But his
I need to look this
picture is psychotic.
I'm looking it up.
It's a headshot from '93 with the full, this one where you did the pop the collar and did
I
the
love
sexy
a popped
look.
collar.
Not from 1993, you don't. Like, horrible. And it talks about how he's like an entrepreneur and an actor and all these wonderful things. And I'm like, I don't know if any of that's true, but whatever.
You don't know.
It's hysterical. The website, Minnie made it.
Oh my God! Wait a minute.
Yeah, come on.
Send it to
You
me
like
so
a
I can
popped
put it up.
collar?
Or just
No,
take a
because that's not even a
screenshot
popped
and-
collar. That's just
Horrible.
like
It's
a
held-
jacket with multi zippers that just has like one
like
of
a
those.
members
it's like a
only
mock turtle,
jacket. Yeah.
loose mock turtleneck.
Horrible.
Oh my God. Entrepreneur, Real Housewives of Orange County cast member, Slade Smiley joins Liberace Foundation Board of Directors.
The one I read was Real Housewives of Orange County icon Slade Smiley icon. Yeah, so I guess we're just
cannot believe that picture exists of him.
Touche. Yeah, I guess we're just throwing that word around now.
Wow. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
here, entrepreneur and Real Housewives of Orange County icon
Yeah,
Slade
icon.
Smiley
Icon.
builds brand momentum. As by the way, I haven't heard the name Liberace since with standing last night in the last 10 years. So you might want to build better.
Yeah.
Build back better, Slade.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay?
I'm pretty sure that's why they hired him, is because you haven't heard Liberace's name in 10 years. Slade's going to handle that for you. And, I mean, to be honest, what are we doing?
It's
We're
in
talking
the-
about the Liberace Foundation. So he's doing his fucking job. Like,
Oh,
touche,
that's good.
Slade, you did good.
Actually, that's good.
Earn your buckets.
Yeah, of course she brought it up there. I just have to say, this article is in the New York Weekly Times. That's literally
exactly.
the greatest thing ever. It's, oh my God. Sorry, I can't. That's
No, it's really
like
good.
and subscribe, hype. That did everything for me.
Yeah.
No,
Slade.
you have to send that to me.
I'm literally doing it right now. I
The
just-
other thing I thought was interesting, well, not interesting, but just like a duh. What are two things that you still will never be able to know, like what someone gets paid on? Consultant work and being a board member. Like, I'm consulting. If something ever comes of what I consult you about, I'll take my cut. But nothing's ever come of it. And board members, that's charity, or maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You know, like it's
My dream in life is to be a consulting board member. I have a new goal.
No, I do think you can sit
on the board
a,
of consultants.
Yeah, can I be on the board of consulting?
No, you can sit on a board and make money, but
Totally, but
just-
but
it's-
also
no,
you might not. You might
that's
just be an
right.
honorary board member.
That's right.
You know,
I
and
think
so like
most of the
there's just
time-
no way to track
Also-
down like what are the fees. For
It's a
this?
foundation. Foundations are
Exactly.
like volunteer. That's like being
Yeah.
a docent.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
Anyway.
good stuff, man.
Okay. So now we're talking about Tamra and Gretchen's feud. That's the end of the app. We get into this.
Okay.
Gobbledygook nonsense.
Yeah, I kind of tuned out a couple minutes into their fight. It just seems so like, what? And when they're like 15 years ago, you said, I'm like, what? 15 years ago? Are you two idiots still fighting about some stupid shit?
Yes, they are.
Separate. Go away. You don't like we talked about this. You don't have to like everything. You don't have to like everybody. And you don't have to change those things that you don't like.
Yeah.
Just walk away. Guy, what
Or
are
let
we
it go, ho.
doing?
Like
Or
if you
don't, but just
No, I'm saying if you want to be working with this, if you want to be in a working environment with this person, either dig your heels in on the fact that like I'm just not really going to engage with this person at all, and that's it. They're air to me. I'm not here to be friends with them, to make up with them. It's not even stop digging. It's not a storyline. I'm not even going to say their name. Or if you want to be more of a in the trenches castmate, then let it go because we don't want to hear about it anymore.
Yeah. I would love to know what what the network or what the show wants to do with Tamra. Like, perfect world, if she comes back, or if you could clip her and it wouldn't be a no thing to anyone, you know, like what's the preference here? Because I really can't tell. There is no change a coming for Tamra. It's not happening, just like Lisa. And when like you would, I do understand that like Tamra is ingrained in the women, and I know that that's not an easily replaceable thing, and that you would kind of have to, in a perfect world, because we want everyone to actually be not just friends, because anyone can be friends because like we both go to the same charities and the same functions, and anyone can know each other in some social fashion, but what we really want is history to give them carte blanche to say that thing that they're inevitably going to have to say, because that's the drama and that's the cutting things. But we want it to be from someone who knows the other one. Tamra is not serving, even though she does have long standing now with these women, because the show has been on for however long, she still does not have carte blanche to say anything that we're going to trust and find it's coming from a good place. So I truly I would love to know, to beg the question, like of what is the upside of keeping her here? Because I don't see any. I know that you would have to recast it with other people. Does Katie have a friend that would be a good fit on the show to get to know the other ones? Like,
I don't think Katie's coming back.
Again, because I'm not even saying I want her to. I'm saying, like, what's the plan, Stan?
This
like,
next season is the 20th season, right?
Right. But like, I have to wonder, like, I always thought you would want everybody, you would want OGs back, you would want to keep the cast as is to get to that 20 mark. I thought that meant something. After, how do you, I hope Christina Coca cuts together a slew of weird facial demonic moments of Tamra. Like, do you want this woman on your 20th anniversary season? Like, I don't see this. I don't see what the juice is.
Well,
like,
my thought when you say, like, what's their plan? I have no idea. However, I think they have two options. You either severely recast with a banger cast, or you bring back OGs so that there is that history and we know that these women are friends or have had a friendship. Like, you bring back the Vickies, keep Tamra on, you have Heather on, you maybe, if you can, you bring back a Gina Keogh. Like, you just try to get that kind of history back on the show. Otherwise, it needs to be recast.
So
you keep
then,
half the cast and recast the rest.
I don't hate the idea, because I think that it will take some Gina Keoghs and some Vickies to come in and like they will be looking over Tamra, you know, like right now Tamra's like looking like she thinks she's in charge of everyone, you know. Those bitches aren't going to be taken charge of, you know. So I'm just wondering, like, what do you do with her after this? What do you do with all those people after season 20 ends? Like,
well, if it's a banger of a season, you keep them on, right?
Yeah.
But it's almost like, because I'm thinking about it as you're saying, they're gonna be like looking.
I mean, they'll have the balls to do it, whereas the
Correct.
other, like the current, just don't.
However, if there's anyone who's harder to watch for me personally than Tamra, it's Vicki.
1,000%.
And so it's like, you know, when you get to like the DMV and you're like, oh God, I'm such a wait. And then like you go to your car to get something, and then on your way back, you see the line is now wrapped around the building, and you're like, not so bad anymore. Because I got a seat inside, and at least I have a number. The person that's on a line that stretches to Guam doesn't even have the deli ticket line number. Okay.
That person should have made an appointment online. That's their own fault.
No. You can't make an appointment for some things. Like, I had to go in because something happened with my registration, and you cannot make an appointment for your registration.
Registration, though, you can go to AAA.
You cannot with what happened with mine, because someone apparently registered.
That's right.
My license plate or my car or whatever in the state. There was a clerical error, and it got registered in the state of Washington. So anyway, there are, and I'm sure most people didn't, like, were there for other things, but I'm just saying there are certain things that you cannot make an appointment for, and I found that out. Anyway, point being is it takes something worse for you to be like, oh, okay, not so bad. I'm in a chair. I got a number. I can read my book. You know, it's moving.
Yeah.
I feel like because Vicki is so much tougher to watch, she actually makes Tamra a wee bit palatable, because now Tamra's calling out Vicki, and Vicki's shit is worse than Tamra's stuff. And we're like, oh yeah, no, we can get behind you calling out the guy who doesn't have cancer for saying he has cancer.
Right.
So like, I just was thinking this for the first time, that I guess the reason she didn't get so on my nerves in years past, she would, but there were certain things where I was like, her delivery's terrible, but she's right.
Yeah.
And like Jim Bellino, when she would get in an argument with him, Jim Bellino did have a wild way about him.
Yeah.
And he was really misogynistic, and he was like,
I hated that guy.
Yes. So when Tamra was going after him, I was like, please don't stop.
Yeah.
So when there's someone less likable than Tamra on the show,
Yeah.
she actually serves a purpose. And you're like, oh, okay, we have good bacteria and we have bad bacteria. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, it would take someone like Vicky to make Tamra watchable again. But I don't know, like, why would you just have two awfuls? Two awfuls don't make a good.
Two bottoms don't make a top.
Yeah. I don't even know. I couldn't even say, like, you know, would be perfect. Like, I got nothing. I would love to hear anyone's perfect lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know, the last thing that Shannon said when Tamra was yelling and screaming and doing her weird fucking gyrating, Shannon said, "Who do you think you are?" And I'm dying to know the answer. Who do you think you are?
I think your feeling of like, oh, Tamra shouldn't come back, is going to get way worse in the next 2 weeks. Like these next 2 episodes are just going to be.
Oh, right. Because we still don't know. What's really interesting to me about. Oh, I'm sorry. Finish what you were saying.
No, I mean, that was
Oh,
basically,
that was- okay.
it's going to get worse. But yeah, like we still don't, there's still so much more to find
Yes.
out, you know, and maybe it's nothing. But if it's not nothing, it's going to be something.
Yeah.
I think there's two. What's annoying about what's going to happen over these next 2 episodes, this is my prediction, is we've got 2 different things at play here.
Yeah.
And they're going to get convoluted. And it's a shame because not that we would get to the bottom of either one of them anyway, but they should be handled differently. Tamra being accused of leaking shit to a blogger, like, oh, I quit the show, but I came back, or I had lunch with, or got a drink with Katie at this bar, and now I'm following her on Instagram again. Her leaking that to a blogger is a true nothing burger.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. It wasn't a spoiler for the show. I don't care even if you did do that, Tamra. I think it's bad form, but it doesn't. It's not like
I
a
don't
malicious
care.
thing, right? There's no there.
There's
I don't give
so
a
many
shit.
worse things that Tamra's doing that I'm like, let's focus on these things.
Yeah, it's not you calling the blogger and necessarily talking shit about someone. And again, I don't want you to do that either. But that's more of an egregious foul. This is just like,
I don't really understand like what this is about.
yeah, like I don't. Okay, so you told someone what happened this season. That's in the media.
And honestly,
I don't care.
anyone could have
Right.
Like, I mean, I do feel like she definitely does do that, but it also goes back to like why, like another thing about with the Katie situation was like, whatever you're accusing Katie of, whatever Katie has lied about, I swear it's not been anything close to like all the other bullshit that Tamra's done and everything.
Totally.
Like it just really seemed like they were singling her out for something that was like, this is common practice amongst all of you. I don't understand why you're all clutching your pearls about this. And that's what it seems like this story is. Like, who cares that she talked to a blogger? Unless she said, and I'm going to tell you how something happens. And then, so we all find out the finale 6 months before we're supposed to. That could run a show.
Yes.
Like, or you're telling us that the baby's not really his. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna bring up a comment about the bloggers and stop talking about bloggers, and I still will. But like, it got me to thinking of like, there's bloggers and then there's recaps, right? So we do recaps. We watch the show and then we give our opinions on the show and talk amongst our viewers and our, show hosts, whatever. And like, that's what we're all doing together, is talking about the show that we watched already, right? But bloggers are news reporter. Like, what are bloggers now? Like, so like I'm on the fence of like, wait, are they allowed to? Aren't they supposed like? What are the bloggers going to report if they don't have anything? If no one's talking to them, do you know what I mean?
But like,
Because I don't know, like if they should or shouldn't be. I feel like maybe they should be, because otherwise, who's teasing shit while they're filming?
So, I mean, that's the point. Like, don't you have a publicist who sets you up to have conversations with bloggers? So like, when did it become a thing where it's like a bad, unless you're telling them information that's incorrect or spoiling things or trying to get ahead of a situation or whatever, but just like,
but that's what a publicist is.
Yeah.
And the show has a publicist.
Yeah.
So like, fucking Katie might not, but the show does.
Yeah.
And so unless you're setting up, whatever appearances on blogs and podcasts without the show knowing or without the publicist of the show knowing, and if you don't have that's probably going to be a problem.
Yeah.
But if not, then the publicist, there's a thing, we have all heard it in politics called talking points.
I guess she was calling during the season saying like, oh, I just met Heather for lunch. I did whatever.
Right.
Which still like, I don't need you to do that, but like, I don't see there are so
I don't even know what
many
you got from it.
We didn't get anything from it.
No, but I don't even know what she got from it.
This is what I mean. Like, I don't understand where the crime is there, because it's like, you know how sometimes like maybe you're parallel parking and someone really sandwiched you in and you tap someone's bumper. And of course you never want to do that. But when you get out of your car, you're like, there's literally nothing. Like nothing happened.
Yeah.
There's no mark anywhere. So it's not, I don't want to do it again, but like nothing happened. That's what it seems like. It's like she tapped something, but nothing happened. Yeah. And Tamra has done so much other crazy shit that has been offensive and it has hurt people. It just seems like what is that? Those called like a victimless crime or something like that.
Yeah.
But then the other thing is, then we're going to get into the Gretchen. Did she like these social media posts? Didn't she like them? And we're never going to get to the bottom of it. And they're going to get convoluted because Gretchen, I feel, is going to say like, because Tamra was talking to the press all season, this is what she does. And these two things are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, it's like it's supposed to garble what happened. And I have a point about that too. But Mike, what were you going to say?
What were you saying?
I was just saying what's going to be really frustrating for me over these next two episodes is that I predict that we've got these two things having to deal with Tamra. And one thing, it's like, it's so dumb, it's a victimless crime. And then the other thing is Gretchen's going to use her talking to bloggers, which is unsubstantiated. They have no text, no voice record. I mean, like, and I'm not a Tamra defender, a Tamra apologist, but like, they don't have any proof that she did it.
No, the bloggers have come forward and said, I know she does this all the time. She used to do this to me. Like, I wonder if I've saved it. If it's downloadable on TikTok, I'll put it up because there's someone that you'll recognize he totally comes forward and is like, she definitely did that. She's done it to me. She does it to people I know.
Got it. So, but
still,
that's right.
I don't even know, like, who cares?
Right.
Still.
Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And I think that Gretchen will come being like, well, she does all this, right? But she does that, but that doesn't mean that she's falsifying.
Yeah. Evidence. Obstruction of justice.
Yeah.
All right, now that the Real Housewives of Orange County finale has aired and it's out that Tamra has been leaking things to bloggers and podcasters, this is 1000% true. I can say that with full conviction. I've known about this since at least July, okay? Now, this phone call and these DMs, I don't know if it's like a real fan or an anonymous tip, but I personally, my own conjecture, I think this came from a producer. This happens in reality TV a lot where producers will get info and they'll leak it through like a DM or through like an anonymous like Q&A question or something, and it's to push the storyline forward. Happens in reality TV all the time. I don't know that for a fact here, but that's my own conjecture in this finale or in this situation. But I can guarantee you Tamra has absolutely been leaking things for months. She's been reaching out to podcasters. She's been telling them not to have Gretchen on their show, not to interview Gretchen, because just wait, at the finale, Gretchen's going to be exposed and there are these homophobic posts and Gretchen's been liking them. I can probably name at least 5 people that have gotten this info from Tamra over the last several months. So just know she's absolutely been planting seeds all summer long, which is why I was actually very disappointed in Teddy when Teddy went on 2 T's in a Pod and like was peddling these Sheena Shea conspiracy theories that make Sheena was somehow behind this like story about Gretchen. Because listen, Teddy's smart. She called out LVP on Real Houses of Beverly Hills with Puppygate. Like, she knew exactly what she was doing by throwing Sheena Shea's name into the mix because the Bravo fans already hate Sheena, that it was just a greater adversary for them to direct their heat onto, and they got their pitchforks and the fans loved it and they came for Sheena's neck, and Teddy is too smart to not know that that's exactly what they were going to do. So I do believe something was said at Mastro's, but I don't believe that Gretchen ever intended for it to come up on the show. Hear me out. 1, because I think it would have put her in a bad place legally. 2, she wasn't even cast back on the show at that point. It's been 18 years. I don't know why this information should be sitting on for 18 years only to just now bring it up. But also, let's go back to New Orleans. Katie, Jen, Slade, Gretchen, none of them brought this up on camera. Who brought it up on camera? Tamra Judge brought this rumor up on camera. And I know where Tamra got the information from. Tamra got the information from a reporter that I happen to be good friends with. This reporter is the person that reached out to Tamra and told her about this rumor, and it had no connection to Sheena Shea, no connection to the Mastro's dinner. Even after my live show, when I was on tour and I did my show here in LA in August, and Gretchen attended, Jacqueline Larita was in it. They came together, Gretchen and Jacqueline are friends. And I remember like the day after, Tamra was already messaging people asking about like, what did Gretchen say at the show and all of this stuff. And like, listen, Gretchen wasn't even in the show. She didn't do any press. She didn't do any interviews. And I remember I had to like reach out to Tamra and be like, can you please stop? Like, I don't want my show attached to any of this drama. And like, just know she's been very involved. On a personal level, I like all of these people, but I'm always going to call it the BS.
The thing that's fucked up about this, like if Gretchen liked these things, I don't think that the show really wants to get to the bottom of it. I think they want to, I don't know if Gretchen will be back next year, but like, I think they like to keep their options open. They like it to be their choice, because if the audience does find out that like, yes, she did like these, it's just really, then your whole character arc next season would have to be about going to like a LGBTQ class and, you know, just like whatever. Just like, is that what you want for this character? I don't know. I just think that they would like to not be cornered into something like that. So I kind of feel like they threw this Tamra thing in there to garble how we get to the bottom of that, so that like we're still left with like question mark, you know? And my biggest thing about this whole thing, I don't know if she liked them or not. She easily could have. This is several years ago. I don't know what her journey is. It's hard to believe that she would really purposefully like a post that says that basically gay is the
Homosexuality is the
door to
gateway to
pedos.
Yeah.
Like, I just such a long, like, so far-fetched to me, but like, I don't know, if 5 years ago, I don't know where this woman, where her head's at. I don't know. But I do not believe that the entire cast didn't know. And I know you think that Heather didn't, but I've thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. And that's just like, there's just zero way. They've had these screenshots. They've known about it. There's no way Tamra keeps that quiet. There's no way Gina just found out about it. If you haven't sent it to Heather specifically or tagged her in something, hey, check this out, you've done it to everyone else on the cast. Like this cast all, like, I'm offended that we all had to watch such a serious accusation be thrown and watch the reactions from an entire cast of people about such a serious thing that's so disgusting and horrible, and left us all speculating and pointing fingers and not really knowing. And I think they all already knew. And I feel I hate this show.
In the great words of you, we'll have to agree to disagree.
You don't think that
I just cannot
that the whole world
Heather
kept it quiet, even though it was a headline, and that these screenshots have been around for years.
I just don't think that Heather would have known that like this was the setup, and she would have used it. I just think it's too close to home for her and her children. I would put this thing as like a pawn in the game of the show.
In anything else, if it weren't a headline that had already circulated, and so many people have these screenshots of whatever it is, and they are years old, to think that there's a possibility that she just never caught wind of any of it. Like,
but there was that chick that she was friends with that she didn't know sued her husband.
Okay.
And it came out on the show, and that's when she was like, put the cameras down, we're not filming. And then Terry brought him back up and was like, no, Nicole, let's talk about this.
Yeah, I think it's a new day.
I mean, it was just a few years ago. It was when she came back on the show like 2 years ago.
This is a social media post that's been circulating amongst millions of people for years.
I don't know is the answer. That's just my gut, but I could be wrong.
My gut is that Heather didn't know. I don't buy it.
Yeah.
Like, cause I think that Heather would never. And then I think my common sense goes,
oh my God, I know someone who knows her. I want to ask.
Have Heather and Gretchen, I mean, I know that Gretchen hasn't been on for a while, but are they buddies, or were they buddies? Are they indifferent? Or
they were never like buddies, but they were fine. Like they weren't at each other's throats. I don't think
Heather
they were
and
ever
who?
on though at
Gretchen.
the same.
She's only said lovely things about her.
I don't know if they were.
Heather about Gretchen?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Oh yeah, that's right. When they were on at the same time, they did get kind of close. I don't know if it was just like a show friendship, because Slade and like Slade always touts himself as this like very worldly person, rode in the Tour de France, all that shit. And so
on the board for the Liberace Foundation.
This is right.
He's a giver.
Icon.
A total giver.
Yeah. And so I remember when he wanted to propose to Gretchen, he had invited Heather to go, like one of the scenes was them going to look at rings. So they did have something for a minute, some kind of a friendship for a minute.
I think that for me with Heather on this, the thing that saves Grace just enough is that I think that this is a reaction she might have had when she originally found out about it. I almost think it was a reenactment. Like those are true, real feelings about like a reaction that she would have when being presented these screenshots. And she maybe has already said word for word exactly what she said on camera. It was a real reaction. It just wasn't
In the moment, the first time it happened.
exactly. If they lied about this, it will come out at some point, and because it's too much.
Who lied about what?
Like if the cast did know this and then all acted dumbfounded,
Got it.
surprised when it happened, and then just so there's too many people. Like obviously there's too many women that know. There's too many people that know. That means a husband knows. That means a kid overheard. That means someone at school, their friends. Like it's just one of those things.
Nobody
that's
can
like,
keep a secret.
No.
Sharon Dope said, y'all covering the first 11 seasons of RHONY would be an absolute dream. I can only imagine the amount of laughter. And I know it's never going to happen. I just want to say, I agree, girl. I agree.
Courtney, I'm sure, has other friends that would love to do it with her. We encourage you to call them.
Maybe Jake would want to do it.
No,
with
I
me.
would love that.
But then it would just be me and Jakey. Okay. 'Cause
What-
I
what
can't
can be
wrangle in
done?
another person.
Yeah.
I can only do so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Josa Buds. Jen has 5 kids, including a beautiful adopted youngster. She fostered children, fosters kittens, adopts a menagerie of animals. She has had a full-time job of caring for others very well. She's super quick-witted, very intelligent. Her outward demeanor belays these cutely. I find Jen the most aspirational of all the housewives. She's lovely, kind, giving, truthful, sharp, and motivated. Love Jen, even if the other women troll her because they have nothing going on. And even though I don't think she's like the wittiest or whatever on the show, I just was reading this because I there's so much in there that I like about her. Like I love that she fosters cats. I love that she adopted a child. Like there's just, and I don't know, there's just like a lot of good in Jen that I'm really into this season.
It sounds like that's one of Jen's kids or one of Jen's cats.
Definitely one of Jen's cats.
Oh, I wish my cats could type.
Minnie would be like, fuck this
The
place.
sharp.
Tree.
Tree.
Laura Cavers, Mary Ayeka Ken, and there was someone else all yelled out fairy tale theater, and everyone had the best memories of it.
Did you watch it when you got home, or is
No,
it
I haven't had time. 'cause
I
I've been
did.
watching
I
Housewives.
left
Where did
it.
you watch it on?
it's on YouTube for free?
Can't wait to watch
And it's
it.
everything that you ever wanted
Remembered
it to
it.
be. Yeah,
Oh.
it's hilarious.
Okay, I can't wait to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
But she was just like, my sisters and I used to borrow those on VHS from the library, and so did I. When you said that, I love when someone gives you a memory back.
Yeah.
Like you forgot that you did it, and then you remember going
Yeah.
and picking out that chunky VHS in the library packaging that like didn't. Just so
Yes.
good. Anyway, thanks, guys. Fishing Gal said, Heather kicked Shannon out of her rental home years ago. You can leave. My children are upstairs, Heather said, as Terry was taking Shannon's drink from her hand. Shannon walked out the door and she said she had never been told to ever leave someone's house. And she had said that to her husband, David. And I love that you brought that up because that's what I was referencing earlier. There were a few people that said this in the comments. And that's why I think it's just so great that like they can joke around now and actually enjoy each other's companies because they were at each other's throats.
Something we didn't talk about that happened that I forgot to talk about was the only thing that I had ever kind of side-eyed Shannon about so far in my early career was that she got mad at Katie for recording her, right? But then somebody was like, well, she recorded the one lady who got in a fight with her husband. That was the only time I was like, oh, fuck, that's a bummer. That you can't really get mad. But then what she said about it, I was like, oh, fuck, that actually makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Totally buy that from you. And like, Yeah, you were just recording it because it seemed like maybe shit might get out of hand, and you wanted
It's like
a
a
little
safety
bit of exactly, and you
precautionary
deleted
thing.
it right after when it didn't get out of hand. All right, I'm buying that, and it made me.
I actually did buy that also.
Yeah,
She seems the type to
Yeah.
totally.
100%.
That's such a mom move.
Totally.
Yeah.
And Shannon does seem so mommy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
And also not for nothing, and unfortunately this got outed on the show. She and her husband got into a physical altercation once, so I think she also has,
Yeah.
that in the back of her head.
Yeah.
I wonder if she couldn't do anything about it because there was nothing she couldn't prove it, or you know what I mean?
Oh,
like a
about
lot
with
of
her and
time.
her
Yeah,
husband?
yeah. Well,
It's a longer story. She didn't want to because they were trying to save the
Got it.
marriage, and then blah blah blah. Fisher Gal also said this, and I did not know this. She said Emily is having serious marital and financial issues. Allegedly, her house may be going into foreclosure. Shane's law firm is filing for bankruptcy, and her marriage has been on the rocks. And I didn't know this is all allegedly.
Hold on. Her husband has a law firm? I didn't even know he was like a real practicing person. It
Yes,
seemed
he
like
finally passed the bar.
right, but like I didn't know.
Him and
Then he
Craig.
got his own law firm for it. Like
I don't know if it's one of those things where like
Like
can you
a
own a
one-man
law
band?
firm and just like have lawyers work for you, but you're not a lawyer.
maybe.
I feel like that's a thing. But anyway, I didn't know if that's all true. I had no idea, and then she's not. If that all is true, then she's not going anywhere next season. Benji said, "I have had a long, hard road with tolerating Shannon. For far too long, she was needy, clingy, hysterical, and such a sad sack. But I have come to enjoy her over the past 2 seasons. I really hope she stays this path and doesn't fall under Tamrat's spell again. She shouldn't stay partnered with. She should stay partnered with Heather. Tamrat is disgusting as always, and I think that's a dig on Tamra because Tamra always says disgusting, divorced. Like no, it's divorced. You're disgusting. Like it's anyway. It drives me nuts when she does that. And Benji, I think that's what you're doing, and I applaud that. Emily, Gina, and Gretchers are the most flushable. Jen is a sneaky link and should blossom into a villain. Katie probably won't be back, but we, the audience, were never given a fair chance to know her. I wish we could have seen a season without Emily's BS. And I totally agree with you on literally all of that. I thought that was all really great.
Yeah.
And I'm just so happy to be in this great place with Shannon. Like, listen, Shannon can be whoever she wants to be.
Yeah,
but
no.
she seemed like she was always under duress.
Yeah.
And just sad or anxious or whatever. And now she just seems so much more at peace this season. And
Yeah.
I'm fucking happy for her and here
Yeah.
for that. Tiny Panther said, I'm not an Emily defender. However, I think a lot of her reactive behavior comes from her childhood trauma. She has talked about how things were for her growing up, and it was not great. She also says something about it this episode. She wishes she could call her mom about parenting stuff, but she can't because her parents were terrible. Also, she's an adult, and she should probably work through that so she can be a better person for herself and the people that she cares about. Off topic, did you know her sister was her surrogate for her because she couldn't carry a baby till full term? I do remember that, which, wow, what a sister. But I thought that was such a good point. She is, I think, so aggressive because I think she was her own defender as a child.
Yeah.
And since her dad wasn't around and her mom has like a lot of mental illness. They've talked about it on the show.
Yeah.
And so I think that I just never, not that it excuses it, like great point, but I think it just puts 2 and 2 together for me as to why she's so aggressive.
Yeah.
Just don't think she's ever learned to turn that off.
Yeah.
McFix said, also, Mike, feel free to go in on the Cowboys.
Oh, no,
I've
wait, I
reached.
gotta have that one
Okay,
too.
sorry. I just wanted to read it to you because I thought it was cute. But please, you read it to yourself. Laura Cavers also said, I need way better receipts to believe that Tamra is behind the leak. It literally could have been any housewife or any house husband. That source needs to reveal themselves and give some real evidence as to who is behind it and not just examples from insider information. And I want to say I was feeling the exact same way, but Natalie just schooled me. And apparently there are people out there saying, no, here are the receipts that she told us.
The bloggers?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are. But wait, did she say something about thinking that the person was slayed? Or is that
That
something?
might have been
There's a bunch of
there's a bunch
comments
of,
about
like,
that.
Oh, okay,
different
okay.
theories.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, and I think Nisha Spoomer's with me that it's Matt and Katie.
It's Matt and Katie.
And
There
it's Matt and
is
Katie.
something about let me also say one thing about Katie. I don't know why, because I never knew Matt Janella from The Wall. Like I know that you saw him and immediately knew who he was. I did not until you called that out. Was something about Matt for me that gave Katie credibility in some fashion. He seems trustworthy to me.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him with side eye now, though. Like, there's something that I'm like, I don't know, man.
I've watched this dude for, I can't even tell you how long, for years and years.
Yeah.
Pat Clark probably as well. Like, he's a Golf Channel guy. Like, he's on for years. Nice. Great at his job. There's a dude on the Golf Channel who's a fucking piece of shit. And like, Matt is not that guy. He's a nice guy. And I had the same thing. I was like, oh, well, Katie can't be too bad if she's with Matt and
That's
Janela.
what I was thinking
and
too.
now I'm just a little teaser from next week. Oh, you want to get into it? I'm like,
Oh, bro.
That's not the Matt Janela I've
yeah.
grown to know and love.
No, it's totally not. And I bet the guys at the Golf Channel are like, because they're pretty prissy over there.
Yeah.
I bet they're like, man, this isn't. He probably doesn't even. I haven't seen him on the Golf Channel in a while, but like,
Now you know why.
yeah, they're
He's
probably
quickly
like
becoming
that is not
calamari.
what we do. Totally. Yeah, I had the same exact thing.
There's something about golfers, good or bad, whatever this says. Like I don't find them to be in the muck of things, you know. And so I just thought, like, he's not going to have any interest in. I would think he would look at this whole thing and be like, "What are you doing here?" 'Cause that was my initial thought, and now I'm just trying to think of like what would be in this for him. And like everybody,
His wife's page.
I mean, but like if they don't like since she's such a newcomer, I can't imagine that it's that much money. He probably makes enough to where they don't need, you know.
I can't imagine he doesn't. He's
Yeah.
not a nothing guy. Like he's a
Yeah,
working sports guy. Like he's
right.
he's
But
not,
maybe having a housewife, maybe you get more gigs. Maybe you start getting brand deals, sponsorships. Just like that's a whole new audience that now you get to like. Now people like me know who Matt Janela is, who I would never would
When
have.
Jim Edmonds was on, because his wife at the time was on, he would walk through, and you know, Jim Edmonds is a very famous baseball player. He would walk through the stadium and people were like, "Oh my God, you're Megan Edmonds' husband."
Yeah.
Like they didn't, and he would be in the stadium.
Yeah.
Like they didn't know he actually played baseball.
Yeah. So all I can come up with is that like maybe he just sees this as an opportunity. He is in media and knows that he could double his media exposure. And like, so he's just going to be like, these bitches are all so lame anyways. Like, who cares if you lied about this? Like everyone, like, and that's my stance as well. And that's my stance with making no money on any of this. Imagine if there was, a few $100,000 in it to be like, no, just lie. It's fine. You know, like I would be even more,
I mean,
susceptible to that. So
yeah, he got all the dudes. Now he's going to get all their wives.
yeah.
So smart.
Yeah.
So sometimes I say dumb shit. Not often, but once in a blue moon. And what?
I'm
sorry.
the cameras are on.
I just refreshed. We lost a subscriber right when you said that. I just happened to be refreshing right when you said that, and it's like, oh.
Like I said.
As I was saying.
Yeah. But we have a pretty smart family here, and they'll usually tell me that swim lessons aren't so bad after all. But this week, it was Pat Clark's turn. Nettie also mentioned something about it. But I had said about like, oh, what are you doing? You're fucking on vacation. Go take care of your kids. And I don't have kids. And the people who do, let me know that.
But you have cats, and you thought that was an equal comparison.
It is an equal comparison.
Sorry, just
Still trying to keep a
He's like,
living thing alive.
Oh, he's like, I have two of them.
Yeah, and
so.
two cats is equal to like 5 kids. Especially that one. He's a dick. Pat Clark, I raised my son alone. Believe me, I had to take time away from parental responsibilities to keep my sanity. My shrink used to tell me, you have to meet your own needs if you want to meet your child's needs. It's like the oxygen on an airplane. Take care of yourself so you can take care of your child. You can't help your child. You can't help your child if you are a hot mess. Shane is an adult. So there's multiple things in here. Obviously, the beginning of that. The last part was what really made me be like, oh, man, you're an idiot, Mike. Shane is
We've
an
got some other things we'd like you to chime in on with Mike.
Shane is an adult. He should be able to take care of his children for a few nights without Emily. Touche. You are correct. I also think I've said touche like 17 times in this episode.
I know, and I like never
why.
really hear you
This
say
is
it.
Mike's
Yeah,
international episode.
Yeah, totally. I usually say touche. Shane, call your mommy for help if you can't take care of your children. Bravo, Pat Clark.
Yeah, do you know what really
Bravo.
drives me?
That was a full-blown eagle from 270 out right there.
You know what drives me banana cakes when people are like, "Oh, dad's at home babysitting the kids." It's not babysitting if they're your kids.
Yeah. No, you got it. Fine.
Okay.
Shannon Fall also agrees with me and Pat.
But more Pat.
More Pat.
She agreed with Mike's apology.
Yeah, totally.
What was it when you were like, something that Barry said, and you're like, oh, I loved when he said that, and you're like, wait, me or Barry?
My thing or his?
Yeah, my thing is, and you're like, he said it, and you're like, well, because I commented on. You're like, oh, yes, I
added
loved
it
it when
too.
you commented on that great thing that
No, I
Barry
added.
said.
We added. Barry and I are doing a collab. We did a collab. Let's see.
Everyone's doing collabs
Yeah,
now. So
if you guys aren't doing collabs,
Then what are you
with
even doing?
Barry, I don't know what you guys are doing.
Not a collab.
This is social media, bro. How do you think I got these wines?
Was that your Meteor Y collab?
Yeah, this is my Meteor wine collab. It's coming out next spring. Wait, when did the grapes get harvested?
a person in a real collab would know the details.
Yeah.
Well, I'm new.
I'm new to the collab game.
Just this, the first part of this is really what got me. Natalie, Tallulah, people always say, if this happened to me, I would do this, but we're all different. And you're totally right. I think Truth, and I'm not going to read it because there's some crabby pants over here, but Truth said something also similar.
I asked for one.
And I was like, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm always the guy that's like, oh man, why didn't you do this and that? And then when the moment presents, I'm always the dude that 2 hours later, I'm like, I should have said that. It's why I became wanted to write movies as a kid. Cause I was like, that's a movie writer. Like the 2 hours after you get into a thing and you didn't say all the cool shit that you should have said, but you thought about it 2 hours later. If you're that guy, go be a writer. That's what writers are.
Yes, and I also think that was in response to what I was saying, like how I would have been at the end of that dinner. And I said, totally fair point. I was just also talking about the women with like historically how they act. It's like, no, I've seen you do
Right.
X, Y, and Z. So it just seemed out of character.
Yeah.
Another Pat Clark, and I just need to know the answer to this. I believe the only reason Tamra is on the show is because she's Andy's dealer, which is funny. Kristen Hall. I don't know if this is true, but it just goes, I guess we'll find out. Gretchen has been liking homophobic, transphobic, and QAnon posts since 2020.
QAnon.
I saw them long before she signed on for season 19 of Orange County. And that's not the only comment like that I've seen.
I know, and I've seen a lot of them like that also. Like, and listen, I don't know, but I have seen a lot of people coming out saying, "Here's a screenshot that I saw that," or like that I saw this.
Yeah.
I took the screenshot, and here is this. Like, it's why I err on the side that I believe that she liked these posts.
But you don't believe that Heather knew.
I don't believe that Heather would know that we're going to use this as a storyline, and she wouldn't say anything until this last episode. Like, the math
Well,
isn't
not knowing
mathing.
it was a storyline is one thing, but that's different than knowing at all.
Oh, I thought you were saying she knew that they were going to bring it up on the show.
Oh, I mean, I don't put that past her either, like, because at a certain point, if you know that this is a thing, but I'm just saying that I question the reaction being one that happened, a natural reaction in that moment. I've just found out about this, and here I am. I can't believe it.
I don't know. I don't know is my answer. I just don't know. I don't know, Nat.
She doesn't know.
I got that.
The fake ass bike riding, bunch of people agree that was fake as shit. Shannon's wobbles. But Shannon Fall had fun
Well, that's funny. Shannon's wobbles, Shannon Fall.
I didn't think about that. Shannon Fall said that Shannon wobbles. Shannon needs the bumper bowling version of cycling, which is funny. I can't wait to hear Mike's opinion on
She
the
has
bike
her
scene.
boobs or her bumpers.
Yeah, right?
Her boobs are real. Shannon's.
Yeah, and you heard it. And then 1011 or 1011 Jax agrees that bike scene was fake as hell. Thank you. Bikes don't work like that. could literally roll a bike down the hill by itself, and it will fucking go forever by itself. If it's on an like, there's that you.
You don't know.
I
I come from a
It's
real
been a whole
klutzy family. We've
fucking
had
life
some
on the
bike
bike.
accidents.
Yeah, and were they on cobble? What was the pavement
Yes,
like?
if it's a
Stop it.
cobblestone,
Amsterdam seems like a cobble kind of place.
cobblestone
Yeah.
city.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Vicky Lynn, what? 2020 was 5 effing years ago? Oof. Time flies. That it does, Vicky Lynn.
Time flies when
That
you're
it
wearing a mask
Fucking does.
outside or in your car with the windows rolled up.
Mary Ayeka Kent. Everyone, this was the comment that I was referring to earlier. Everyone needs to stop talking to bloggers on all these shows. Salt Lake City, looking at you too. Like, seriously, it's creating a storyline, but I would be just as happy without the blogger issue, seeing friends hang out, living their lives. Definitely, we want to watch friends hang out, living their lives. But again, like, I'm on the fence with the blogger thing. Like, I don't know what a blogger's job is, other than to blog about stuff that we don't know about, you know? So I don't know about that one.
Blog it out.
Yeah, blog it out. I should have led with this comment from Divinely Guided. There's going to be a 3-part reunion. How?
Oh, did you wait?
Yeah, this was probably my least favorite season. There was a lot happening, but when it's fake, it's so over the top fake, it's hard to watch. Give Heather her own show and let her and Terry call up the Richie Rich friends and have season 20 be Hunger Games amongst them. I'm a Southern Charm fan. Can't wait till next season. Jeez,
You are in good company.
Like 2 weeks.
All of us can't wait. Both of us are stress twirling.
Yeah, until we can. Give it a minute, you know. We got to remember we need like a not a seance, but we need like a
Highlight reel?
well, no, like a reminder, like a chant that we say before every show, like it's wonderful right now, but shit could go real south.
It works
real
if
fast.
you work it. 3, 2, 1,
Exactly.
1, 2, 3. What
Yeah.
the heck is bothering me?
Yeah. Because I do this all the time where I'm just like, why do I go? Like, I listen to Crappens and I love how were able to make such joy out of making fun of people. But it's like a positive, good. I mean, you know, they go off sometimes, but like for the most part, I imagine if I was Gretchen and they were impersonating me, I would be laughing along with it, and I would love to be that talented. I have no talent, so all I do is talk shit.
That is a talent.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
you know,
talent. You're
it's
pretty
something.
talented at it.
It's definitely something.
Nicheless Boomer. Yes, I'd watch the Dubros. At the very least, move Heather to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Give a
That's
girl what
right.
she wants.
Tush. I'm just going to keep saying it now. Carrie Peacock.
Please don't.
Why?
It sounds like something I don't like, and I don't even know what it is.
Say that.
But like, I don't even know what it is. But it sounds like
it rhymes with touche.
no. But like, I say douchebag all the time. Like it's so.
Oh, I was thinking the feminine thing
Oh.
because it didn't have bag on the end of it. It just had.
yeah.
Dish.
Just say douche. I'm gonna
Douche.
say douche.
Tish.
I think it sounds like tush, and I hate the word tush.
Oh, it's
What?
got a cute little tush.
I
Yeah.
don't like
Like
it.
Kike
at all.
has such a good.
Oh, shut up.
He does.
I know.
Okay, fucking.
I love Kike.
Son
You watch your mouth when you're talking about Kike.
Go Giants. Carrie
You
Peacock.
meant Dodgers.
Yes, Mike, we got to get back to the fantasy fulfillment of watching rich women live interesting lives and do fun stuff together. No more season after season of watching them fight about who said what to a blogger and who did what off camera, not during the season. Housewives has gone completely in the wrong direction.
Yes, yes, and yes.
Yes, and that reminds me of something. Wait, is that comment done?
One Hondo. Yeah.
It reminds me of. I forgot to mention this in the very beginning when they're introing everyone, and you said that like Andy's like so shady
Yeah.
to them, and he brings up something about like Gina and the real estate biz, and she's
That's
like,
what I mean.
"Oh,
How's your
I'm
real
just
estate business going?
and he's like, "Lot of schlepping," and she's like, "Lot of schlepping, yeah, but you know." I miss the schlep, and I'm just like, you're poor. The poor schlep. We schlep it out all the time. Welcome.
day.
I have
Every
worked
day.
for a lot of rich people, and I can tell you definitively across the board, gender, race, if you are rich, you do not schlep.
No, that's
That is such a good
to
note,
us and the
Natalie.
Ginas of
They
the
hire
world.
us to schlep for them.
Exactly.
That's how I know. They've
I've-
outsourced their schlepping.
Yes, I've done more schlepping than I'm comfortable with.
Oh my, I've schlepped enough for multiple lifetimes.
It's true. I think I would like Gina in real life. And that is another thing that I want to say about like all the shit that I've talked about Gina. I would like Gina in a real life setting. I don't like her on a show that is about the fantasy fulfillment of what I want to see. I want people to have the shit that I don't have.
Shannon Fall and I had a conversation about Gina being a totally different person in her interviews or her talking heads than she is around everybody else. I was like, she's a totally different person. And she brought up a point that's like, probably might have something to do with just being around a group of people that she's not 100% comfortable with or just kind of weird about versus being alone and she can kind of be herself.
Yeah.
Great point. But like, man, I take alone Gina all day long.
Yeah.
Nicheless Boomer, he's with me on the Matt Janella KD of it all on the disguised voice leaks. I said this probably the second episode I ever did of this show, and everyone called me crazy. Baragswag, Shannon is giving Kathy Hilton authenticity. She's everything I need to stay obsessed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're saying that you said that first?
I did it. I said it first before anybody. 1011 Jacks or 1011 Jacks. I feel the same way. I will not watch if Tamra, Emily, and Gina come back. I'm done. To which I replied, is just not watching at all, no matter who comes back an option?
Not if you're on this show, it's not.
Yes, I like that option.
I want to cut it short of Shane yesterday saying, so Lisa's out for next season, right? And we're like, no. And she's like, no, I don't think so. And he goes, well, I'll tell you something. She's out for me. Like he said something that like I think it was better than that, but basically like he's never going to watch her again. So whether she's out or not, he's out on her, and that'll be that for him. Yeah,
I think Tamra's in my Jack's bin. And then last, so Mick Fix is my last one. Mick Fix, Mick Fix and I, Melody and I, we should be mortal enemies. Quite frankly, she's a Cowboys fan. I'm a Niners fan. We don't like each other typically, but we're gonna make this work. Her and I. And she
so
even gave me.
I know she's already made enemies.
Melody, you
with
can
Shane.
sleep easy tonight.
Yeah, totally.
Mike is gonna make this work.
We're gonna make it work. She even gave me permission to talk shit on the Cowboys, but I'm not gonna do it. And then I just wanted to read the comment because I was like, I can't. The Niners, our record is fine, but nobody knows why because all of our players are hurt. And I was like, I can't make fun of the Cowboys right now. I just can't do it. It seems like Jerry Jones is like going out of his way to not win a Super Bowl. I was like, plus the Niners just called me to be a backup because all of our players are in the hospital. And she wrote back, facts. Your team's bones are legit made of noodles.
That had me lolling.
Oh, it was pretty funny. But yeah, I just want to share the sad love with her because our teams are in the shitter right now.
Well,
for different reasons.
Pass the mic to a winner, from one winner to another.
Good lawyers. Closing it out with Ruth for Peace for Freedom. Woo!
Did you say Ruth? Ruth for Peace for Freedom?
Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden,
I think it's Truth. I saw a meme today with one of the airplanes. The airplane with the parachute came crashing down like a Cessna on a golf course, and the dude was like, "You can't park here." I don't know why I love the "you can't park here" when someone's like cars flipped over, like a plane crashes. You can't
so
park
much.
there.
As long as no one's hurt, I like those too.
Fucking love it.
And then people always
The guy
scream and
jumped out
yell
of the
back at him.
plane.
Like if it's a person that's just like waiting for the tow truck to come, and they're
Right.
just kind of sitting there on the curb, and
can't
someone
park
pulls
there.
up and goes, "You can't park."
I can't wait for my opportunity to do it to someone. Hey, bro, you can't park there.
so
Or they do it to
good.
cops. Like
And then
cops
the
are pulling people over, like fucking going over curbs.
Yeah.
And like, no, you can't. You can't park there.
That's not an off ramp.
That's not your lane.
Oh, so funny. Anyways, Ruth for Peace for Freedom.
If it is discovered that if it is discovered that Tamra is intentionally trying to assassinate Gretchen's character through slander, then not only is it illegal to defame someone, but she is also sowing division among people on a hot button topic on a larger scale. Exactly. If this is true, Tamra is lower than I even thought was possible. We have enough problems as a society, and she's only adding to that. As a Christian, she should know better. Unity is a solution, not polarization. If she is the female Jussie Smollett, then she needs to be Jax Tailored. I will allow her to join Special Forces World's Toughest Test just to watch her suffer. But after that, I don't ever want to see her again. So for the future of this show, Tamra is gone for good, but we need a fresh face to the next villain. For season 20, let's put Emily, Gina, Gretchen, and Katie on the bench. I do love Luke, Emily's son, but why don't we recast Megan King? Who's Megan King?
Megan King was the one that was married to Jimmy Edmonds, the baseball player that I was just talking about.
Got it. Okay.
Truth, I used to think that, and I think in the last 2 years, something's amiss with her.
You heard it here.
She got married for 5 minutes. She's, I don't know. There just seems to be a lot. I don't know if she's as stable as we would want someone to be to join the cast.
We'll revisit. She is beautiful and has all those cute kids. Plus, she can bring some drama with her ex, Jimmy, the former baseball player. I'm undecided about bringing Vicky back. We are losing 5 cast members and possibly bringing back 2 old faces, so we need 3 to 4 new faces. Do we want an already established reality star to join the show? Someone like Stassi or Katie, Shannon, Heather, and Jen can stay. The thing about that, I wonder if they're when do we get to the part in life where we go, what are those Laguna Beach kids doing? I'm just saying that was a huge show at the time, and I don't know what any of them are really doing.
I don't know how I feel with other shows.
Cross-pollination.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel
they're
like
trying
growing
it.
up to be a housewife.
They're trying
they
it
would
on
be
Beverly
lifelong.
Hills because Rachel Zoe is now a housewife.
Right. So the thing about the Laguna Beach cast is that they're all childhood friends. I don't know how entertaining they are now. I mean, that was the most scripted reality show, and I think they're all scripted. That was scripted on steroids, I would not be shocked if a literal script got delivered to their house every morning by the overnight PA. But anyhow, that would fix the problem of, do you have history? And I would just be curious to know who would be up for something like that. I don't know. Okay. I have something to say off topic because it's relevant to Halloween. Previously, you guys talked about the Gen Z stare. I also discovered something strange a few days ago. My son and I were at the park and we ran into this very nice couple. She's 25 years old, Gen Z, and has a nice job with the city. Her boyfriend is 30 years old, millennial, and also has a nice job. I asked them what their plans are for Halloween, and they said they would be trick-or-treating. Just the 2 of them. No kids involved. What? Can you imagine a 30-year-old man showing up on your front door asking for lollipops and Tootsie Rolls? Did I slip into an alternate timeline? How did this become a thing? I totally understand 16 and 17-year-olds going through puberty and not ready to hang up their childhoods just yet. Showing up in a costume at your door with a mustache and a struggling beard, but a 30-year-old man? Aw, hell to the no.
Yeah, I might be out on that also. I think you got to have a kid.
Oh, no, I do too. I think that you can get away with trick-or-treating into your early 20s if just because it's always funny to just see a fucking
19,
college kid
20-year-old kid,
showing
I'm
up
okay,
at your
yeah.
door in some stupid outfit, and then kind of buzzed and I don't know. I just think it's that's just, you're still a kid when you're in college. But yeah, 30-year-old, I don't know what
Not a kid, no mo.
No. But even if it did happen to us, I think we would just be so interested to ask them more questions.
So many.
I'd be
"Come
like,
in.
here, have some, come
Let's
sit down.
talk."
Do you want a beer?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you want a drink? You're clearly of legal drinking age.
Yeah.
You're balding and have a mustache.
Yeah.
And that's not part of your costume. I just want to say one thing to Truth. Did you see the Netflix documentary on Jussie Smollett? It was fascinatudo.
Wait, what's the verdict? You believe him? Holy shit.
It completely changed my mind.
When it happened, and listen, I watched that stupid show he was on. What was the show that he was on with? It was so bad with Cookie.
Oh God.
Boo Boo Kitty.
They did that show.
Oh, it was atrocious, but it was also so good. But it was good because the kids were singers, and it was just it's always great. I love watching shows that have a performance element, like Glee. It was kind of like that, but with hip hop.
Oh, cool! I did not know that about you.
Yeah, I was into it. Well, it's got to be good. There's not that many, so don't hold me to it being a general thing. But I liked that about it. But he was it was such a sweet character. He was like the best character on there. So like I really was like, there's no way. But really, Empire. Yeah.
Yeah, you should watch it.
Who set him up?
I can't remember all of the details, but the two guys that they said that Jussie hired them, those were like part personal trainer and part guys that he bought like HGH or whatever, like the human growth steroid stuff from. That's why there were checks to them, and he didn't write on it because the stuff that he was buying, I guess, was like illegal or whatever.
Yeah.
The lawyer that these guys had, she literally was like, oh, and she's like, yeah, I've always wanted to get into Hollywood. So like I've moved to LA to like become an actress. Like she has a very wild story. There's all of this footage that we didn't see all of the from outside of the building. It was cut out, like they fucked with the footage and cut out all of this footage that makes you realize the way they painted the story out to happen is not at least the timeline doesn't, the math doesn't math there. There's a lot of very interesting details. And like the guys that said that they did it, they have a very checkered past. And I forget all the details, but I remember going into it being like, I was watching it because I had so much stuff to engrave at work and I just needed
let it play.
Yeah, exactly. And I was going into it being like, there's no way I'm going to believe that this isn't what happened. And then I watched it and I was like, okay, maybe I did not know everything.
Dude, if that's true, that's so horrible because that was from what I ever saw of him, like the beginning of that kid's career. And he was really good. And I really loved that character. And then he was like gone after that because everyone just assumed, oh my God, you totally staged a thing because something had happened to someone else. And I can't remember, but it very much looked like this one thing happened to this actor and then he blew the fuck up after that. And it very much looked like a copycat of that, you know?
You should watch it. It's interesting.
Maybe I will.
Your little conspiracy theory head will be in heaven.
Yeah, I do love that.
Anyway, subscribe, hype. And if you know anyone who wants to pay us to do what we do, let them know and let us know. Have your people call our people. We are our people.
Yeah, my routing number is 121-000-358.
Are you with Wells Fargo too?
No, that's B of A.
Oh.
Maybe they all have the same. Maybe routing number isn't even a real thing. They just are asking us.
Yeah, exactly. So they could seem profesh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Scammed again. Okay, that's it. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.